All right. I do believe we are live, everybody. We are live. Welcome to Vets Investigating Paranormal VIP. Welcome to all of you VIPs out there. Here on YouTube, our new channel. We've been picking up numbers. I think we're around getting close to 150 subscribers over here on YouTube. Yeah, and we're over on Rumble as well. We don't need a new channel over there. We can just use Vets Talkin over there and on the Twitters. And big shout out to anyone who's watching this on rewatch. It's actually good that we don't do a good long intro for anybody who wants to find these videos and find new. So I think if you watch it on rewatch and you have to go through 5 minutes of an intro, which helps to populate people to come in, then people might just turn it off right away. So
yeah, well, especially when it's like a countdown or it's just like coming soon, starting soon, and it's 5 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's what we do for our regular shows that people already know about over on Vets Talkin, because we have a lot of people that get notifications and everything. So everybody out there, if you're watching us on rewatch and you're not already subscribed, welcome to Vets Investigating Paranormal VIP. And please do double tap that like and subscribe and share us out there with everybody. Welcome. Greggy, how you doing, man?
I am doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I got my
I noticed
getting paranormal shirt that you ordered and sent to my house by accident. Well, no, you ordered it when you were at my house, and it just happened to arrive months later.
I ordered those products 6 fucking months ago, and I'm not gonna talk shit on the store of which you can buy my products, of which is in the video description below. Link down there if you want to use products.
Caveat.
Yeah.
The reason that happened is there's an option to test it out and to make a test order, and shit got messed up there. So if you order it, you should not be getting that craziness.
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, there was and I think it's also a whole thing because I ordered it around Christmas time, and I think the store just got overwhelmed with some crap like that. So yeah, guys out there, if you guys do buy products, it should come to you right away. If you have any problems, let me know, hit me up, and I'll make sure to fix those problems. But we should have Scotty, our Marine Corps veteran, machine dumber, coming in. This is actually his idea to cover OP Rock in Afghanistan, which is a ghost story of a Marine unit in Afghanistan in the Helmand province.
With Russian ghosts? You said it was Russian ghosts?
Well, not really sure. It's actually we think it's a mix because the story's going on for a while. In doing my research on this, I initially had an article and a Reddit post that had stories specifically from the Reddit post, and then there's a couple other accounts, and I wasn't sure where all these other accounts are coming from. Come to find out, it's actually a New York Times article initially, of which I can't fucking pull up because they make you have to pay for one of the most bullshit fucking newspapers in the entire damn world to read. I'm not gonna fucking pay for it. Come to find out, it was also portrayed on a sci-fi channel show called Paranormal Witness.
Oh, I haven't seen one.
There's a whole there's a whole show on there called Episode Recap Beneath the Rock. I've got the article that has the entire story broken down on there. So what we're going to do is I'll be able to read through that and get the full account. Because apparently, I guess it's all started because of the Reddit post is what started it. And then they started doing some digging into it. New York Times did some research, and then they got the full story, and then they even put it on the Sci-Fi Channel. So there's a lot of validity to the eyewitness accounts.
That makes me more interested in this story.
Yeah, this isn't just some BS freaking, because initially also I thought, I'm watching YouTube videos, a lot of YouTube videos out there about the story as well. And when I'm reading the Reddit post and I'm listening to the YouTube video these guys explain, I'm like, where's all these other details coming from? Because I thought it's just from the Reddit post, but no, this actually came from, like I said, actual interviews from the New York Times and the research done by the Sci-Fi Channel.
Interesting. Hey,
yeah.
Before we get too far into this, I got a couple people that want to say hi to you real quick.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up? Look at that. Hi guys.
I love
Mikey.
you, Keisha.
Hey, tell Mikey I'm still mad at him. He didn't I'm mad at you didn't tell me you were going to be on Timcast yesterday.
The ghost of me was on Timcast.
The ghost of you is on Timcast.
the artist formerly known as Mike.
He apparently made a comment to bomb Canada.
Shut up.
And he might not be invited back to Timcast.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have no problem letting him on. But no shit. I got hold up, Mikey. I got home and I'm like, I want to get some updates on Iran and Israel. I see, Timcast's talking about it. I'm watching it for 10 minutes. All of a sudden, there's fucking Mikey. What the fuck is he doing there?
Policy expert with my pink shorts, and I felt a bit stupid. But
Yeah, you should.
Shut up.
You're great as always.
Oh, thank you, you liar! I love you. What are you guys doing Friday? Want to stream on my channel? I've been meaning to ask you both.
Sure. I'll come on the show on Friday.
All right, fine, whatever.
Okay, well, I'll see you Friday. I miss you, Pisha.
All right, miss you, fucker.
Send him your super chats and stuff because we love him.
Thanks a lot, Mikey.
Mwah.
Buddy.
God damn it!
Everybody out there, check out Mike. Check out Mike Harlow's channel, obviously at Mike Harlow on YouTube and all that good stuff. He's been on Timcast IRL twice now. It was like the first time he came on my show when we first met. He was just on Timcast like a week or two prior, which I thought was pretty damn cool. And pretty upset he didn't let me know. I mean, he was just on my show the other week, and
it
he
was
being
literally a last minute thing.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, they messaged him like the day before.
Okay, well that's pretty cool.
And then he was like on their pop culture crisis or whatever show. He was on that one as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, what's up? We got Voraxlon in here saying sorry I'm late.
Why are you late?
Always late.
Son of a bitch.
Always late. Vor's always fucking late. Rewind and catch up. There's really not much to catch up on. We just started. We got Blue Cordell's in the house. Says hail, Mikey and Greg. Yeah. What's up, guys? Good to see you guys here. We're gonna talk ghost stories. If Greg wants to be professional and turn his damn phone on vibrate, would be cool.
Trying. It should work now. It should be on.
Everything
was happening all at once. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, we're gonna talk about OP Rock, and I've also got some other cool videos and shit to share here. I've even got a video. This one came up last year, I think, a video of what can only just be described as a UFO and actually like unidentified. You have no idea what it is, an object over a military base in I think Iraq, and it came from the official DoD video.
I don't believe it.
It's of course not. It's crazy because it's such a crazy video because it's like not even what you typically expect. It's like squid-like. It looks like the object looks like a squid practically. Very, very fucking weird.
Well, I like calamari. That's delicious.
I do not like calamari. It's fucking disgusting. But then again, I think the only time I've actually really had it was when I was in Germany, and they actually had like a variety. One was the fried suckers, and one was baby squid, and it was still in its form, had all tentacles and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is something I would just use to scare the shit out of somebody, not put it in my mouth.
They're pretty good. If you get it, well, you get them cooked the right way, or else they're not that great. But they can be really good.
It's just,
and I don't like seafood at all, but I do like calamari.
For me, it's psychological. Anything that's like still in its original form when it was still alive, I have a real problem eating it. I've gotten over that with like crab legs.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I've gotten over that with like crab legs and stuff because crab legs are fucking delicious. But yeah, other than that, like I had pig's feet one time and it was actually a pig's foot. You just had to scrape the meat off of it. Ugh.
It tastes
can't do it.
It's just, but yeah, it doesn't look pretty.
No.
Like that, actually, like chicken gizzards, those are delicious.
Ugh, no, absolutely not. But then again, I've had the only ones I've had like is bar room fried gizzards, and they were just rough and gross. Big shout out. Also, I mean, not shout out, but notification for anybody who's watching. If you're brand new here, if you're not aware, every single time we go live, we play our drinking game rules, of which any single super chat, and we do social, and then $20 or more, and we do shots. Of which I have cracked open. Actually, I haven't even cracked it open yet. Brand new bottle of whiskey. Bird Dog Black Espresso flavored whiskey.
Oh, that stuff's good.
I've never had it. I'm looking forward to trying that.
It's good. It's
I'll
good.
bet it. I'll bet it.
I will be participating in your $20 super chats tonight. I will not be a high dollar whore and go for 100. I will participate at 20.
Let's get Greg fucked up. Let's go.
I got tomorrow off, so.
All right.
Don't give a fuck.
Oh, and also disclaimer again, we're gonna have an official intro set up at some time for this show. Disclaimer: we are not kid friendly here. This show does contain veterans, which means you will hear excessive use of the word fuck and many other vulgar things, such as alcohol consumption and God knows what else.
My favorite word is cunt. So,
yeah, you got to watch out for that. Yeah. I want to hear the whole song. I only have that one audio clip. I've never actually played the whole song before. You know what? While we wait for other people to roll in, and we're also going to hopefully get Scotty in here if he can make it. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and play this this UFO video.
Oh, is this what we were just talking about?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and play this. This, like I said, this came up, let's see, 1 year ago. UFO caught on camera. Leaked video shows jellyfish type UAP flying over U.S. military base in Iraq. I think I got the audio off. We don't need to hear the dramatic sounds from the ET here. Entertainment Tonight. Yeah, and also, it kind of it looks like it phase shifts in and out. But yeah, this is an actual military camera using this thing. And it's so wild. Like you can see, well, let me go ahead and it's phased out again. See, come back into focus. Oh, fucker. All right, come on. Back that thing up. Okay, so right there, it's so weird. It's got these things dangling down that looks like tentacles. It's got a circular mass and then almost what looks like a fucking head and eyes. Moving in this direction, looking over here. It is really fucking weird looking.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It, there you can even it looks like it has almost
it's not moving at all. It's just
yeah, it's
but then it goes off camera and then back on. So it's
yeah. I mean, I don't remember the whole story. Maybe Entertainment Tonight here will show in the captions. Video shows small circular object with hanging appendages flying over the base and then descending into water. It is just so wild. Reportedly, the video was from a U.S. Joint Operations base in Iraq in October of 2018. So it only surfaced last year, but it's been out there for a hot minute. Calling the UFO in Iraq an incursion, Jeremy Corbell revealed that the video was that the video was shot by the military. And we don't know what base that is, but it's inside the wire. That's what's really crazy about it. It's it's inside the fucking wire.
They have to have other people confirming if something's inside the wire.
Oh, there's
good. Do they have other visual confirmation of this thing?
I don't know. Because, I don't know.
Why would I'm just not that I'm being skeptical. I'm just trying to wonder why nobody else is shooting at this thing.
It could have been that maybe nobody saw it. I mean, maybe only the camera. The camera here is using. I think they're using FLIR. I think this is heat sensor they're using. I could be wrong. It might just be a type of night vision. No, it's heat sensor. You can see that the hotter objects are coming in darker, while cooler objects are coming in white. So they just showed the dogs pop up there, and the dogs were black. So. Yeah, this is wild, man. You can see some troops there on the ground.
I'm trying to see when it does its phase thing, if they're adjusting the IR for temperature.
Nah, I mean you don't see anything else shifting. It's only that single object is shifting in and out as far as temperature wise goes. So it's fucking yeah. You can tell okay, so you can even see somebody is using a camera to record a screen. You can actually see the edge of the screen here. So this isn't the original video. Someone used their camera or their phone to record this off of the screen here. You can see IR. So yeah, they're using infrared. Yeah, it's weird, dude. Hail Clinton House. What's up, buddy? Blue Core says Mikey would love Rocky Mountain oysters. Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there it
I
goes.
have to look this up, but they're like just walking past like nothing.
Yeah, you'd think, the direction these guys are walking in, then it's like it would be right in there, in view of them right there. But no, they don't fucking see it. And it looks like that
weird as hell, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that may be the edge of the wire right there. This looks like they got the Hesco barriers and everything there. So that's the edge of the base right there. And and then it flies up the base. Yep, you can see the barriers. Again, you can see whoever's holding their phone or whatever recording this is moving around. You can see the edge of the screen up there move. And let me fast forward here. I think keep monitoring it for a while as it goes.
Is there something that would be like on a line that would be going back like camera wise or whatever that
on
they
the
might
line?
be seeing and not knowing? I don't, because it just has this exact trajectory. Like it doesn't go up.
It's just going in a straight line.
It
Yeah,
doesn't like it's not waving at all. That's makes it weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, but again, it's not just in one spot in the camera, so it's not moving along with the camera. Like the camera is tracking it. Yeah, the camera's tracking it, whatever the fuck it is. So yeah, it's wild, dude. It is fucking weird as shit. Nobody to this day, as far as I understand, has been able to determine or give any more information as to what the fuck this thing was, how it managed to just get over a fucking military base like that without anybody noticing or doing anything about it. I mean, if this is like a regular army base, then obviously, more often than not, you don't have like many aerial deterrents or anything because, in Iraq, there wasn't any aircraft that we had to worry about.
Yeah. True.
With the exception being that we had the
mortars and stuff that would come over, but nothing aerial.
Yeah, we would have guns that would be like ready to go. Like they'll detect with radar any incoming fire, and they automatically shoot down those mortars. But I'm pretty sure they're probably not in place or prepared to engage in something like this. So whatever the fuck, man, it's wild. It is so damn weird.
That is definitely weird.
Yep, it is, man. Let's see what Clinton says. Infrared captures a lot more than we expect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it very well could have been that. It just couldn't be seen with the eyes, but it was able to be seen with infrared.
I think that's a Trigun picture for Clinton's avatar picture or whatever. Just trying to show that I'm a geek.
I've always been familiar. I've always been familiar with his logo there, but I've never known what the hell that was. I just know I'm
pretty sure that's Trigun. I haven't watched the whole thing. I did watch a little bit of it a long time ago.
I don't even know what that is.
Correct, confirm if I'm correct.
Confirm. I don't even know what Trigun is, but I know it's something Asian.
It's an anime. Yeah.
It's I hate
all the crazy jabs. I like anime. Some of it. I'm very picky about my anime. But I do like anime.
I don't. Let's see, and just to get primed up and ready for some spooky stuff, when I was doing some research and I wanted to find some more videos. I wanted to find as many like there's really not that much I could find as far as paranormal stuff in combat zones that's on YouTube. There's some more stuff we're gonna dig up. We're gonna find some, but this video did come up of Gettysburg.
Okay.
And I don't know if this was sped up.
Query to investigate.
Oh my God, Gettysburg, man! I've seen people do ghost hunts in Gettysburg, and it is so fucking haunted. I mean, insanely haunted. You just get stuff happening all the damn time there.
Maybe one girlfriend ghost would show up there.
Yeah, no, I think my girlfriend ghost is just staying at that hotel. So this one's pretty damn crazy. I don't know if it's sped up or what, but let's see. This person sets his camera up and watch out here in the field, out here in the distance. We'll call anomalies right out there. I should have, I should have got a timestamp on this, but I think it's, yeah, there's one. You see that?
Oh, yeah, I see that.
And it's not the only one. Keep watching. There's another one right there. It's like it's a squad formation of troops moving, like crossing the street there. There's another one.
Yeah, well, it's like the battlefield and they're marching, and like that, this trail is not existent at that time.
Or it might have been. There's another one. Yeah, gotta go to Gettysburg, man. I've seen so many fucking insanely haunted ghost videos and stuff going on out there.
I'd be down for that. I'd be down for a
hell yeah.
investigation in Gettysburg room.
I mean, just go to Gettysburg in general would be really damn cool. You know, the history.
Oh yeah, I mean, just seeing the battlefields is pretty amazing in itself.
Yeah, but there's so much death. I mean, the grounds are literally
like Shiloh and Vicksburg, Gatlinburg. I've been to a lot of like Civil War battlefields.
Oh, I didn't even get to this point. I didn't realize. Oh, there's another one. I didn't even realize he zoomed in.
And it definitely, like, if you go back and you do it like in super slow speed,
there's another one.
Just the clothing, like you can see, like the darker parts, the clothing.
Yeah.
Of the era, like
yeah, you can kind of make out the hats.
Not that you can actually see where I'm pointing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think we're all seeing it right around here, this area. Yeah, you can even, like, if you look at the heads, it does even kind of look like the hats are Civil War era.
It's a cool video for sure.
Get a pause on one of these. Yeah,
it's.
You can like make out a bend in the knee right there. You got the ass hanging out. And you can. He's definitely wearing a hat. Not hard to tell on that one though. Yeah, I want to go to these kind of places. There's also like there's historical retired aircraft carriers and Navy vessels that are incredibly haunted too.
I've heard about there's like the, what is it, USS Hornet?
That's one. Yep, that's one I was thinking of. Last one I watched it.
Has tons of stories about. That's Carolina, isn't it? It's in Carolina.
No, I think that one's out in California. I want to say like San Diego.
Close. It started with a C.
Yeah, sure. Close enough.
Only like 2,500 miles away.
Yeah, it's only on the other side of the country.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah, but yeah, crazy stuff, man. All right, so yeah, we're planning on doing that. We'll do ghost hunts. I would like to travel and go to military locations like that. Use my command voice out there and actually like go out like come to the attest, boom, and actually like try to see if I can stir them up.
Yeah.
I would really like the idea too of actually like making an investment into like as accurate as possible to like time period era uniforms and try to get them going, because I've seen other places like do that too, and sometimes it'll work. Like I saw one, these guys, they went to a location where it was known that it was a bridge that ghosts were believed to be guarding, this bridge of the Confederacy. And they said anybody who goes up there, if you go in wearing Northern uniforms, then you will be like assaulted by these fucking Confederate ghosts. I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. I want to do that. What's up? Laveris says there's a ship museum in Hawaii where a woman took a photo of 2 dead soldiers. Ooh.
Talking about like the Arizona? And
like in Pearl Harbor?
Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, I'll bet Pearl Harbor's pretty fucking haunted. I gotta look into seeing if there's any ghost hunt stuff that's been done there.
I'm sure there's gotta be.
Oh, by the way, also I did forget, but if anybody is watching over on the YouTube side, since this new paranormal channel is not monetized, if you click on the link that is pinned above, then that will take you to Stream Elements, where you can drop a donation if you want to do it that way. If you want to participate in our drinking game rules, $20 or more, and we'll take shots, of which he is going to be taking shots for $20. Usually he only does it for $100. And also we got over on the Rumble side, get the donations over there as well. So let's get on.
Subscribe to this page already.
Do it.
Why you got to be like that? What's going on?
Do it.
What are you doing?
Just do it.
Just do it. Do it.
Double tap that like and subscribe. Just do it.
Just do it.
All right, let's get on with this show. Let's get on with the main topic of the night. Hopefully Scotty will pop in at some point while we do this. So the harrowing tale of Afghanistan's haunted outpost, centuries-old culture, and modern military psychology intertwined at an observation point rock, OP. So for those of you who don't know, OP, observation post, is basically a shithole in the middle of fucking nowhere where you're going to have to spend a good amount of time. I didn't have to go on to an outpost like these guys are on, but when we got to Iraq after the invasion, Kirkuk Air Base that we were on was stripped of all the security fencing. Basically, Iraq's fucking Saddam Hussein's troops were fucking poor, so they literally stripped everything to melt down metal and try to get some money. So there's no fence. So we would be we were on a rotation. I think we were out there for a fucking month, out on a bunker in the middle of the airfield out there. So, and we were just out there by ourselves. People would bring us supplies and shit, and that's basically what these guys are doing, except for in their case, they're out on observation posts, where these observation posts is typically going to be some sort of an elevated location. So OP rock is on what is like. It looks like a giant rock is what they're on, but it's a hill. It's been in that position for a long time. It was known to have gone back to the original Russian war out there in the 80s. And and it's pretty fucking crazy. Like I was saying earlier, this is not just some random YouTube video that's come up with this or rumors or anything else. This is a story that was picked up by the New York Times, and they did full interviews with many of the men. I don't know how many. I wasn't able to look at the New York Times article because I'm not going to fucking pay for that garbage. But then the Sci-Fi Channel Paranormal Witness show picked it up and did a whole episode on it.
I do have to say though, the guy that wrote this article, Tom, he's a bit much. He's a bit much.
He's a bit much. Tom much. Much.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get onto this story. There are, like I said, there is a number of other YouTube videos that you can watch. But basically what I'm going to do here is I got a YouTube video that's made by a channel called Blue Spot History. This is definitely made by some foreigner because the spelling and everything else is just really fucking weird.
He could just be Army.
It could just be, no, likely. It's about Marines. This is about Marines. This is clearly a Marine video, Marine channel. But yeah, it's got 1.4 million views. This channel has 528 subscribers. But this is the best thing. This is the closest and best thing I could find to a video representation of what actually happened out here in Afghanistan in the Helmand province. To start things off, this post was already being manned at this point when this Marine unit, it's a squad. I think it's approximately 8 men. When the outpost is already being manned by a British Army unit. When these guys roll up, and always whenever you go in, you take over a standing position by another troop, then typically the other unit that you're replacing will give you a lay of the land. They'll give you descriptions that say, hey, this is what's going on, point out the locations like, hey, usually if we're getting shot at, it's usually come from a location over here. Watch out for IEDs over there. Instead, though, this British unit, they could not wait another second to get the fuck out of there. These guys describe their mentality as being like really, just really off, really weird. And all they know, one of the only things these guys even said to them, if you dig up anything, put it back. just put it back, which obviously is really weird. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? If we dig up anything, put it back. Why? You know, this is a fighting position here. We can dig and do what we need to do. What's up, JB? Showing up on the YouTube side. Hail to you, JB. So I'm going to let this video kind of play out, and I'm going to describe what's happening as we're watching this. Like I said, so what you're looking at there is a depiction of observation post rock, basically just a fucking hill. The British soldiers are there as they're showing up, and they are just fucking weirded out. I guess they've been up there for 2 months. They've been up on this fucking hill for 2 months. You know, if obviously you're not picking up what I'm putting down, these guys saw some shit out there. It's more than just combat. You know, really weird situation on how these guys are acting.
That's why their faces are so weird and perfect.
That's why, yeah, exactly. I mean, they actually obviously look more Canadian than anything else.
Yeah, not your buddy guy.
Yeah, so and they pass on Ugly Betty here, a dog that was adopted at the location. I said Ugly Betty will take care of you. She'll find things out and she'll bark and let you know when something's going down. But all around, yeah, things are really strange situation. Claim that the dog is an excellent sentry. Right now I'm reading off of the Sci-Fi Channel's Paranormal Witness episode description of what's going on here. See. Yeah, and what they said is to the Marines, if they dug anything up, they should put it back where they found it. The Marines dismiss it, Brits messing with the new guys kind of thing. Now, here's one of the Reddit. This is the Reddit user who was describing the situation. His first night in there, he's watching out. This is about 2 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, the fucking radio is making these weird sounds, like really weird. It's like coming in as like just something that is not normally what you get. So he calls in the headquarters trying to ask if they're trying to send a message out, saying no, they're not sending anything out. They're not picking anything up. But he's hearing these weird sounds coming from the radio. At that any point, by the way, Greg, if you want to stop and ask any questions or anything, let me know, and I'll just pause this.
Okay, I'm just following along. I'm interested.
Yeah. So he starts hearing these weird sounds over the radio, and this isn't the first time this is going to happen. This is going to happen to a lot of times to a lot of different guys. And I think they just showed that for a little ambiance. You see something to walk behind him there. Now, things go on for a couple of weeks where just strange encounters here and there. They're starting to get a little freaked out. And let's see, where am I on the reading here? Oh, so okay, yep. So they start to realize, actually, let me back this up. They start to realize that so you got the HESCO barriers here, right? The HESCO barriers are their main line of defense. But the way that this is dug in on top of the hill is nowhere near as low as it should be. In other words, these guys just walking by and they're fucking the upper portion of their bodies is sticking out up over the HESCO barriers. In other words, they're just prime shooting for snipers. So they start digging. Like, it makes no damn sense that they're not dug in further. So they start digging. Well, they dig, and it really doesn't take very long at all. They start finding weird shit, including a hunk of metal this one Marine digs up, and it has Russian writing on it, Russian letters. That right there is not anything abnormal. They even describe, hey, well, you know, the Russians were fighting here, and there's the Russians were using this as an observation post too. Then they start finding human bones. And okay, so it's odd. You find a femur here. That's one thing. Okay, there's a dead body here. Gross. Pretty disturbing. They're looking at a femur. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, a Marine does do it, but then they find a shit ton more. There are fucking human bones all around this fucking post. This thing is littered with dead bodies. This is a tomb that they're literally standing on. Now, at this point, obviously, now you're freaked the fuck out. You're like, okay, what the fuck happened here? Why are there dead bodies all over this damn place? So now realizing they're literally sleeping in a fucking tomb. Now they start hearing things as well. Because guess what? They've dug the bones up. The Brits told them don't. And now, after already having weird indications of shit happening, now is when shit really starts to spark.
Well, maybe the Brits should have been more specific of there be bones in them thar hills, and you don't want to dig them up.
Yeah, but what's one of the things that sometimes you just don't want to talk about shit because you don't want to look like you're being fucking crazy, because
British.
Obviously the Brits, would have been, hey, if you do that, then you're gonna have fucking like blood curdling screams and shit happen in the middle of the fucking night, which is exactly what happens right here. I believe this is Corporal Leno sleeping. He was awakened by a blood-curdling scream, thinking one of his team members had been grabbed by the Taliban, or worse. Lena grabbed his gun and began taking stock of the situation. As Lena was checking over the observation post, he bumped into Wilson, who had also heard the scream. Mott assumed a person had been caught in razor wire surrounding the post, but saw nothing as he scanned the area until something moved just outside the perimeter. Wilson and Lena joined Mott, guns ready, as Lena grabbed the thermal imagers, but could only track Ugly Betty, the dog, out in the distance. They eventually chalked it up to late night fatigue and decided to check it out in the daytime. Now, mind you, they all heard the same fucking thing there. They all heard the same blood-curdling scream. And there's old Ugly Betty out there barking at something. So Ugly Betty was out there barking at something, but they couldn't see anything. These guys are out there. They're using thermal imagers. They're using their night vision goggles. They can't see a damn thing. But clearly, they all heard a scream, and Ugly Betty was barking at something.
Well, clearly it didn't come from these guys because they have no mouths.
They have no mouths. That's right.
They can't scream.
They can't scream if they wanted to. All right, so let's see. As Zelensky caught, let's see, where are we at? Another evening's watch. Let's see. Okay, the next morning, Lena and Corporal Parker couldn't find tracks of anything. It's like nothing had been out there. So they went out there, and they didn't see shit. They assumed that. I mean, at this point, they're thinking, okay, now that part I don't know. So here's this video. They're portraying a ghost out there. To my understanding, that's not actually in the report that they saw this thing, but obviously what's being indicated here is that some sort of an apparition was out there and made that noise, but they couldn't find any evidence at all. So that's going to go on. Again, we go into another evening there. It's not exactly indicate how long this is later on, but my understanding is all these stories come up days and nights or even weeks later. So this could be weeks later. But on another evening watch, Zolik was getting beaten down by the heavy heat when he suddenly felt a cold sweep across him. Out of nowhere, he could feel what he described as a breath on his face as something whispered in his ear in Russian. He chalked it up to being tired right up until he heard footsteps above him on the observation post. Thinking it was Smith, Zolk tried to catch him for playing a prank, but there was nobody there. This may not be coinciding exactly with what they're putting on here, because this I'm not sure.
Adding a little bit of pizzazz to it.
Well, at the very least, they're indicating on here that he saw something.
Yeah, so it's probably playing like he saw something but didn't quite make out what it was.
Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. I'll go ahead and play the audio here. Let's see what they're talking about on here.
He heard someone whispering in his ear in a language that sounded like Russian. Then he also heard footsteps on the roof of the post. He immediately went out to check. There's no one. Zolik turned on the night vision to check the surrounding conditions. Suddenly a figure appeared right in his scope, very close, and immediately disappeared. The radio.
Yes, okay. I was just missing the part. It does say here, as Zolk scanned the area around the post with the thermal imaging, he caught sight of what looked like another soldier with bald fists. Zolk prepared himself to shoot, but couldn't until he was absolutely sure it wasn't one of his own men. He lost sight of the figure for a moment, and when he looked back through the imaging scope, the figure was gone. So he did see that figure, whatever the fuck that was.
Turned on by itself. The whisper was heard repeatedly. Zolik began to feel uncomfortable, scared, anxious, stressed. So the next day he asked Sergeant Green and Copperly.
So yeah, at this point he explains that he is freaked the fuck out and is requesting to leave. He can't stay there anymore. And obviously, Marines are gonna say suck it the fuck up. But he was so messed up by this that they end up letting him leave. That they end up shipping him out to a different location. And if that says anything, that's huge right there for a fucking Marine to say, I'm so fucking freaked out. I'm so scared. And then they say, okay, we understand. And they'll let him leave. That doesn't happen. That kind of shit does not happen. And I'm looking in here at another article because they have the exact words that he heard was said to him. And it was in Russian. Where is it? I think it might be. I'm gonna look in the red.
More vodka.
More vodka. Let's see. Broze Urzi. Broze Urzi. He heard this right in his ear. Broze Urzi. Now, what he actually describes here is he flips the fuck out. They actually kind of underscored it because I'm actually looking at his Reddit article here. This is actually from his words. Say he flopped on the ground like a fish, trying to bring his weapon up to bear sight on what it was, on whoever it was that just said that in his ear, but there's nothing there. When they did the New York Times article, they found the translation of that. The translation in Russian, it means drop your weapon. Yeah. So he had a Russian ghost go right up to him, whisper in his ear. Actually, he said loudly. He said it wasn't even a whisper. Someone said loudly in his ear, Broze Urzi, drop your weapon. Yeah, I'd be freaked the fuck out. He actually describes in here, he pissed his pants. He was so fucking scared. He says that in the Reddit article here, that he actually pissed himself. He was so fucking freaked out by what had happened. So a few days later, Zolk is shipped out. Lena was on the watch and heard Ugly Betty barking. We're not at that point yet, but here, obviously, he ends up having a conversation with his sergeant, and they actually agreed to let him go, which is just fucking nuts. So a few days later, Lena was on watch and heard Ugly Betty. Lena grabbed his night vision goggles and tried to see what she was after. And soon stopped cold at what looked like a Taliban scout out in the distance. Lena knew that his eyes might have been playing tricks on him with that much distance, so he grabbed his thermal imaging and tried to find the person who seemed to have disappeared. So he looks back again, looking through different scope, and all of a sudden it is gone. Lena switched back to the night vision goggles, and immediately the figure looked as though it had traveled 100 meters closer in seconds. Yet there was still no sign of any body or heat signatures on the thermal imaging. Lena went back and forth between the two optics trying to find the figure. Soon, Lena felt Sergeant Green's distinctive shoulder tap and deep breath, but when he turned around, nobody was there. How could there have been nothing there if Ugly Betty was still barking at? Lena realized that Zolik had been right. In other words, something was out there. Mott was on watch when Smith on another evening had heard footsteps. When Mott turned around, and obviously this is Wilson, may have the names wrong. All right, now we're looking at a different situation here. So what I got to is another night. So I think at this point, everyone's starting to talk. Like, basically what was described is that this is the kind of stuff, like even on another show, where we got Tales from the Smoke Pit. Tales from the Smoke Pit talks about how that normally when you're out here, like we didn't. Like, yeah, I don't recall ever being that much conversational with other guys about like paranormal type stuff back then. It just kind of, you don't want to come off as sounding crazy, especially if you're out there and you're like, dude, I saw a fucking ghost like run up at me 100 meters in 2 seconds. You're just people going to say it. You sound crazy. So sometimes Tales of the Smoke Pit, you might actually start talking, but these guys are starting to talk now, and they're starting to realize something's really fucking going on here, like something really fucking crazy and creepy. So they start comparing now, what they've been seeing, and it's starting to become real for these guys that, they're basically, they're on fucking haunted land. This is basically like the fucking haunted land in Poltergeist. They're standing on all these bones. They disturb the bones, and now they've stirred up spirits that they should not have. So now we got Mott was on watch with Smith on another evening when he heard footsteps. Okay, all right, something else is going on here. It's not coinciding. All right, let's listen in.
Whatever the conditions, only Smith and Parker seemed not too bothered by this disturbance. Either because they were not affected, did not experience it, or they did not want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's another thing. One of these guys, they're both like big skeptics. Like they're just not believing any of this shit is real.
I like them.
Yeah, nothing's happened to them yet. They haven't heard anything, and they're just not believing anything that these guys experience is anything paranormal until.
Well, one day before they finished their duty at OP Rock, they experienced the most extreme incident. The sound of gunfire was very loud, as if they were in a war situation. The sound was very clear. They thought they were being attacked by the Taliban. But from where? Where were they?
Oh, this is another thing that was missed at the beginning. This is described also in the Reddit post that right on the very first day, other than the weird radio sounds that they were having, that he was seeing right on the very first night as well. He would see lights that would look like muzzle flashes, like there's guns going off in the distance, but he wasn't hearing anything. He wasn't hearing the pops of the rounds going off, and he wasn't hearing rounds going overhead. You'll hear it. I'll never forget it. It's the sound you hear is you'll hear a if it's up ahead, if it's up real high, and you'll hear a snap if it's real close. So he didn't hear any rounds going over his head, but he could see muzzle flashes. But he kind of dismissed it. But over and over again, people before everything got really crazy would be seeing these weird lights flashing off in the distance. Then this night happens. Now they actually hear guns.
For a while before finally coming back. The sound of an RPG rocket launcher was also clearly heard hitting the monitoring post, but there was no explosion visible. There was no smoke from the explosion. All the Marine personnel tried to look outside, preparing their rifles, seeing where the sound of the gunfire came from. There was no light from the gunfire, only the sound of fierce battle. The shouts of Russian and Pastor, suddenly the sounds just disappeared. The situation became very quiet again. No one could explain what had just happened to them, what sounds of battle they heard. What actually happened at this post made all the Marine personnel lose patience and just wanted to hurry up and leave the next day.
So apparently this is on the last night. Here it says, finally on squad's last night, OP Rock. Diggs noticed radio was once on the fritz. 2 brand new batteries had gone dead in a matter of minutes. Lena put in a final battery. That too was dead in a matter of minutes with no radio. They couldn't even call for help. As Wilson was on watch that night, he was bracing himself for the Russian whispering to commence once more. Out of nowhere, the sound of machine gun fire assaulted his ears. Lena made his way to Wilson in the machine gun nest and discovered that the gun had not been fired. Then out of nowhere, they heard RPGs flying towards them, but nothing hit. They all thought they were being overrun by the Taliban, but nobody could find any sign of enemy soldiers. And one of the things, so here's the point when one of these guys who was a skeptic and didn't believe anything was happening says Mott was on watch with Smith. I believe Mott and Smith were the 2 skeptics. Mott and Smith were on watch one evening when he heard footsteps. When Mott turned around expecting to see Sergeant Green, nothing was there. He dismissed it as loose gravel until Ugly Betty began growling. Mott scanned with the thermal optics, thought the only heat signatures were the dog and the other Marines. He asked Smith if he had seen anything, but Smith said he hadn't. Mott tried to shake it off, but he soon heard the crunch out again and felt something breathe on him. he too began to admit to that Zolik had been right about the place. In other words, they started to become believers as well, all culminating until this night when it sounded like an all-out raid on these guys on what I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, is their last night there. So now they're all freaked the fuck out. They feel like they just got attacked. And now it's the time to finally leave. Now they can finally get the fuck out of there. They are extremely wore out. They're being replaced by the British troops. And it's at this point when they realize exactly why the Brits, who they replaced, were in the mentality that they were, because now they're in the exact same mentality as well. Basically saying, and had the same mindset to just not even tell the Brits anything that had just happened. But then they did research. Lena later discovered that when the Russians had rolled into that area in the 1980s, they had killed the Mujahideen who had been using OP Rock as a hideout. When the Taliban had retaken the area, they had ritually executed the Russian soldiers, every single one of them. When the Marines had retaken the area, they had buried a number of Taliban soldiers in the ground. That small outpost was really a giant tomb. As the squad headed out of OP Rock, it felt like Christmas, the article ends. And that is the story of OP Rock. Again, a story that sounded like it could have been fantastic. I mean, in a way that could have just been rumors that have just gone through the rumor mill. It could have just been YouTube videos, people just looking for clickbait. Instead, it started off with one of these guys putting it on a Reddit post, and then New York Times picking up the story, interviewing these guys, confirming their stories, and then even to a point where it was picked up for a show on the Sci-Fi Channel called Paranormal Witness. What do you think about that there, Greggy?
I'll have to watch that episode. I'm always a bit skeptical when it's a Reddit story.
But it wasn't just a Reddit story. It was done with interviews by the New York Times, who I don't like the New York Times, but even with their political bias when it comes to stuff like this, it's, they're doing real research. They're not trying to turn political bias or anything like that. They have no reason to be lying. So it initiated as a Reddit story. So don't go being skeptical because it's a Reddit. No, it was picked up and done research wise by the New York Times and Sci-Fi Channel.
No, it's definitely an interesting story. I would like to look up and know a little bit more about this outpost and the history and everything. It's a cool story.
I just told it to you.
I know, but I want to look it up myself because I'm a skeptic. I want to read it with my eyes.
I just read it to you. Oh, so only because I read it and you didn't read it with your eyes, you're going to be skeptical until you read it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to look at all like this. That's how I am. I'm sorry.
No, you are sorry, and that's why I'm angry. No.
But hey, in your defense, I did a lot of research because I know you're a big Bigfoot guy.
Hold on. We're not done yet there, buddy.
Okay, fine.
So this is actually an image of when they were digging up. This is actually one of the images of OP Rock out there when they started to find the bones. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of pictures. Well, actually, I couldn't find any more, but they obviously these guys, they had cameras and shit, but a lot of them I think they didn't make actually really available for the public to see. But yeah, this is one of the pictures where they started to find all the bones and everything. And that would be wild, man. I don't know what the fuck I'd do if I knew that I'm digging, all of a sudden I'm finding human fucking remains in the ground and knowing I still got to fucking live there for 2 whole months. Which is how long these guys were out there. They were out there for 2 damn months having to go through all this shit. And like I said, I can tell you that just from my own example of when I had to be on the bunker that we were at, just me and my team. When you're out there middle of the night and you're on watch by yourself, it can be freaky as fuck. Even
that I would agree with, yeah.
Even if like we were on the airbase, we weren't out in the middle of the fucking desert like these guys were. But even that, you're watching this field. Like we had to watch this field, keep an eye out in case anything's coming in. And it's bad enough if you can, you're out there and you can be tired and you don't know what you're seeing. Maybe you're not making things out right. But then when you actually are starting to hear things, like you're hearing footsteps of things that aren't actually there, you're waking up to blood curdling screams, of which you have your other team members are waking up and hearing the same damn thing. You've got something in Russian whispering in your ear, in Russian words, but it ends up being translated to drop your weapon. I mean, I can't even imagine with this kind of shit happening. You still have to be out there for 2 fucking months. I guarantee these guys got PTSD just from the fucking ghost experience, which is wild. But what did you find?
Oh, well, me being super skeptical, I wanted to do some research because I've always been interested in Bigfoot. I know you're into this stuff. So in my research, I actually found, and this blows my mind, that there's real proof that Bigfoot exists.
Okay.
This is irrefutable. Like you see this picture, like there's no way this is fake.
And we got pulled up here. Let's see. Yeah.
You're telling me
you can't tell me
that thing and that girth, that ain't Bigfoot. Bigfoot did that. Bigfoot's
that
real.
Is very clearly Bigfoot glory hole right there, everybody. we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Can't deny it. Irrefutable proof.
Irrefutable proof. We've got the Bigfoot glory hole. Evidence of all evidence to prove the existence of Bigfoot, and he is horny AF.
I found it.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna have to go out there and get some samples. Get some samples.
Some samples. You dirty bastard. No,
and
we need to do another investigation at that hotel we went to.
100%.
That was me being skeptical. Like I had a blast. Like there's some crazy stuff that happened there for sure. Yeah. Like
we've been saying, and I was thinking about trying to maybe even pulling that video up and going over some of it tonight, but we got to do that when we got Mikey there as well to talk about it.
Well, we can give a low preview, right? Just get a little tiny preview.
Sure. Let me get the video up here. I got some other clips we're gonna go over too. We're not just trying to fill time here, but
well, I'm taking a shot. I don't give a damn if somebody ain't gonna pay $20. I'm drinking.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll take a shot too. Well, hold off on that. I'll take a shot with you here in a second. Okay. I know. I've got shorts. I was looking up. So there's another channel that was actually made before. I can't remember actually if they made it before us or after us, but there's another channel called Vets Paranormal Investigation. I'm gonna have to hit them up sometime. Here, I'll pull this. I'll show this here. Yeah, so if you look up Vets Investigating Paranormal, you'll actually get both of us. Here's obviously our channel here, Vets Investigating Paranormal VIP, and they got Veterans Paranormal Investigations VPI.
Interesting.
Wild. Like, come on, you didn't think to swap those last 2 letters out? I did. I did. I don't think they've even actually. Let me just click on here real quick. I don't think they've even done any videos in a long time. Oh, okay. Well, 7 months ago.
Huh.
8 months ago. So I guess they are still active.
I might have to reach out to them. See where they're at.
Yeah, absolutely.
With our forces combined.
We are a newly founded paranormal team comprised of 4 veterans that have recently come together and made I think they did all these in capital letters for the beginning of each word. This is the description, not a title, dude. For a thing we all are passionate about, which is paranormal, blah, 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 blah. I'll have to reach out, hit them up. Let's see. But I know that like one of the incidences that we had when we were doing that investigation was the fact that you kept on hearing my name like over and over and over again.
This is true.
So let's go.
Because we were doing the Estes method. So I cranked up the volume. I had the headphones on, and I was deliberately like pushing as hard as I can against my ears so that I could hear no background noise, like nothing else happening. And I was just trying to voice anything I heard coming across the spirit box.
Yep. And this is what we got. Oh, where's the audio?
Volume.
In this room right now, but I'm not letting you keep saying my name. They're okay to be in this room right now, but I'm not letting anyone into my spiritual being.
Pause it real quick.
Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry.
Huh?
The what is it? The K2 meter.
Yeah, the K2 meter right now. One spot.
Going crazy for like 2 hours.
Yeah, and like it's like it kept going around like
spot.
Yeah, but also like as we kept on going through the night, like we would go to different spots, and it'll like all of a sudden it'll start spiking in different spots around the room. But while we were doing this, that one spot right there on the bed was going crazy. Yeah. Like you go above, you could go below.
Yeah, we went under the bed, we went above. It was just that one, one specific spot.
We looked to see if there's any kind of electronics or anything around it, but there was nothing, just that one spot. And then it was like all of a sudden when everything died down, we stopped hearing everything. Like all of a sudden that one spot also died down. There was no more K2 readings. It was so fucking weird.
You have to be here. Safe. No, it's not safe. It is not safe for me. I'm not going to allow you in. Ditto. Yeah, and I'm seriously feeling something right here. I'm seriously feeling something, like on the fucking bed. I'm seriously feeling something.
Yeah, me too. The fucking creeps.
Run away. Run away? Who's telling me to run?
But this is what's weird. So it's like at this moment, like you're saying, like you don't know what's going on. Like you do not even you don't even know because you got your eyes covered with the face mask and everything. And you don't know that I just stood up and I was saying I was getting freaked out. And you were saying, don't go. You were saying things like, don't go. And then all of a sudden, it's like you're saying, okay, fine, run away. Go away if you don't want to talk to me.
Run away now. Was this somebody who was behind me? Was this somebody on the bed with me? Calm down.
Calm down. That's fucking so weird, dude. I'm freaking out. And in the headphones, through the spirit box, you hear something say, calm down.
But you're starting to freak me out.
Safe.
It's all safe.
Look, if you're trying to make any kind of contact with me, I won't allow.
Yeah, leave us. Fake.
Look, if you have good intentions.
Okay. Done.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. It seems like I just upset you. I'm sorry if I upset you.
Dude, that was just so fucking weird.
It is pretty wild, like watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you know me and I drive you nuts because I'm extremely skeptical.
Yeah.
And like even for me, like I was being as like straight arrow as possible on this whole thing. Like I had the like cover my eyes closed, you know, those pushed against my head like as hard as possible, had the volume cranked up. And yeah, so I had no idea what was going on. When you guys wanted me to finish, like you had to like tap me.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew we were done.
Yeah, you were.
I
Yeah,
had
you were.
No idea like what you were saying, what your reactions were to what I was saying, or any of this stuff.
Yep,
it was pretty cool.
You don't have to leave. I'm just telling you, I can't allow you to attach to me.
Didn't.
Okay, that's fine. All right,
Patient.
Okay, I'll have patience.
Please be patient.
Okay,
dude, that's so crazy.
This is pretty wild.
That is so fucking crazy. You can't tell me that's just a coincidence that you're hearing those words coinciding perfectly with what I'm saying and doing.
All right, I'm being patient. Okay, so let's start over. Okay, now I need you to understand. I just don't want you to.
Good.
Okay, I just don't want you to follow me out of here.
Good.
Okay, it sounds like you're good. All right.
Touch me.
I don't know if you mean specifically like physical.
Arm.
You want me to touch Greg's arm and get him out of this?
Adam.
We can talk to you in another minute.
Record this.
We are recording this. Is that okay with you?
That's good.
Okay. That's what we're going to do then.
And that ain't done.
Okay, well, that was absolutely nuts.
What?
Yeah, and then we basically just explained the same thing we were just talking about. That was, dude. I was hoping just anything. for anything to come out of that experience, and we got so much more than I thought we were going to get.
It was like 4 or 5 hours straight of craziness, and then it just stopped.
Everything stopped all at once.
Dead.
Yeah,
like the whole feeling of the place, because like the whatever light pod thing, the REM pod in the back was going off.
right there.
Yep. And then we had the one in the closet. Then we moved it toward right by the door, and all night nothing. And
until the witching hour.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, that for like a minute and a half or 2 minutes straight, it just went off.
Well, actually, I think it was longer than that. But yeah, and also that was the crazy thing is we were waiting for the witching hour. We stayed up and waited for like 1.5, 2 hours for the witching hour after everything had died down, and we had nothing happen. And then all of a sudden, just a couple minutes into the witching hour, that thing just went out of nowhere. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that died, and then it was nothing after that. Like absolutely nothing.
Yep. We had the batteries dying and things like the camcorder dying out of nowhere.
Well, then the TV that was plugged in just died. Remember that?
The TV died? I remember this.
Is it what did we have plugged in? Like something was.
I had the phone. The phone was the phone that we were streaming off of was plugged in over there. And yeah, I think that outlet just died out of nowhere.
Yeah, there was the outlet because I remember looking at the light, like the there's like a red light on the TV just indicating there's power to it.
Yeah.
And that was just gone.
Yeah.
And then like in the morning it was back on.
Yeah. It was absolutely fucking wild. And yeah, I'm honestly not blaming Mikey. It's my problem for not getting some of the footage uploaded, but Mikey's going to edit all that down and get all that put into an awesome fucking video, some good editing, good spooky sounds and everything like that. And don't forget, guys, we do have video up on right now. That video is up on Vets Talkin, the whole stream, which is like 6 hours long, something like that. I'm just not able to upload that. YouTube won't let you upload a video that big. Maybe I should find the end, like a good beginning point. That's probably what I'll do, because a good portion of the beginning was us setting up because we were running late.
Yeah.
So a good portion of the beginning was us just setting up. So I think I can skip in a good portion to when we actually start the investigation and when fun stuff starts happening, and then just cut out the dead space in between that hour and a half, 2 hours. And I should be able to maybe get that down to an amount of time that YouTube will allow me to upload that here to YouTube. So I can give you guys the full raw video, and then we'll wait for Mikey and me to get the edited video up for all you guys. But yeah, Clinton House agrees that was a fun stream. Clinton was hanging with us on that. Appreciate you there, buddy. But yeah, let's go ahead and do shots because I feel like it. Yeah, so just for the fuck of it, it has begun.
It has begun.
Cheers, Greggy. Ching ching.
Buddy.
You backwards.
Ching, ching.
Fuck. You're backwards, you jackass.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I can on my screen. I'm not. So should I be over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is good. That's gonna be real good over ice.
It's good. I told you that bird dog, baby.
Yeah. Drinking Bird Dog Black espresso flavored whiskey.
It's good.
But yeah, no. If you're seeing, pull the shirt up. Come up to the camera. I want to see if the lettering looks backwards. No, it's normal. It's okay. Okay, so I'm seeing it normal, but for some reason you're seeing things reversed. What does that look like to you? Does it look reversed to you, or does that look? It is reversed. Yeah. Okay,
but it's obviously normal.
Yeah, that's weird. I think that. Fuck, I have no clue. I have no clue what setting it'd be that you're seeing it backwards, but we're all seeing it normal.
I just reversed it again. Okay, so now I see it normal.
Yeah. What do you mean? I thought you said you did see it normal.
No, I didn't, but I just changed my settings on mine, so I see it normal. But no, it's okay. Actually, it's a good quality shirt.
What I can't remember what I had on the back. Is it just the?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got the VIP. Hell yeah! Oh, that looks so cool.
I like
That
it.
looks
It's
so
a
cool.
it's a nice, like, it's a good quality, comfy shirt. I like them.
Yeah, if you guys want to get that, we got the hats also. I got the VIP hat, and also the same thing. Like you got the logo there in the front. I got that one. Vets Investigating Paranormal. You get all that in the Vets Talking store. Link is in the video description below. I'm not able to share. I'm not able to promote products here on this channel yet because we're not monetized. Fuck you, YouTube.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, they won't let you promote products until you get to monetization level. Dumb.
Well, we got to get those likes and subscribes up. We got to get people. Well, if you're watching, what are you doing? Subscribe.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Double tap that like and subscribe.
Do
Or just
it.
lick the button.
Do it.
Lick the button sensually.
Ooh.
Clinton says, my house has a pattern now that I've found between 11th to 14th of October, January, and June. June just concluded last night, but had 2 times the orbs. Yeah, Clinton was sending me videos a while ago. His house is really fucking haunted. He sent me some pretty damn cool videos of it's not just orbs, but like objects. You'll see objects like come out of one wall and like go into another wall. Fucking pretty wild, man. I wouldn't be able to live in a place like that. Totally honest. There's the campground I stayed at for a week when I was at Tombstone, if I recall, whereas the Silver Spurs campground, something like that. If you're ever down in Tombstone, look up the Silver Spurs homestead is what it's called. They actually have like actual tents that you can live in, and it's like actual like old Western style living out there. Pretty damn cool. And they said that the house that they live in is super fucking haunted. Like middle of the night, they start hearing shit moving around. They know the name of the guy, so they'll just say like, "Dave, stop it! We're trying to sleep," and then the sounds will stop. Like it's fucking. I could not live in a place like that, man. I like the whole ghost thing, but I couldn't live in a place that's like haunted, dude. I'd be too freaked out. Clint says the house I grew up in, was the mortuary house that we moved to. Where it sits now, I'm used to it. Holy shit. That's actually something we'll have to do for a whole show also, because I do have here on VIP my edited Tombstone, Arizona ghost hunt, which has low numbers, unfortunately, but the audio does suck. My microphone was not working right. So I don't blame people for not being able to put up with it for very much, but we'll have to do an analysis of that video sometime. We'll do an entire video on here, go through it and talk about it live, everything that's happening, because that was cool shit, man. Tombstone is a very, very cool place to visit. It's still an active town. You can go to all the old places, the Oriental Saloon, which is a big part. You actually, I got the DVD right here, Tombstone.
That movie.
You can actually go to the Oriental Saloon, have the same whiskey that Doc and all of them were drinking back in the day. Very fucking cool place. Very cool place. Hell yeah. And everything's in walking distance. You can just walk up and down the main road there and go bar hopping, get good and drunk, and just walk back to your hotel. No need for fucking taxis around there.
That'd be fun.
Hell yeah. Maybe we should all get together and go together. We'll do a big ghost hunting trip.
I'm down.
Arizona. It's a half hour. Also, it's a half hour from Fort Huachuca, Arizona, which is where I did my first AIT when I was in military intelligence, learning how to do surveillance shit. And I never got to go. My last weekend there, I was gonna go. Me and 3 other guys, we were on holdover to go to airborne school. Everyone else had already left, and right at the very last minute, like, we were going to go on Saturday, and all of a sudden on Friday, we got our orders to go to airborne school, and I missed out. So I was actually going to go and stay my first night at Fort Huachuca and go see the old stomping grounds there. But Fort Huachuca, I didn't know this, that different military bases have different policies when it comes to guns. I actually can't bring a gun on, but at most bases, I believe here at Fort Leonard Wood, you can check your gun in, your firearm at the base, sign in, they'll keep it for you, go on base, and then when you leave, they give it back to you. Fort Huachuca, for some reason, unless you're active duty military, then they won't let you do that. So as a veteran, why is it more dangerous for me to have a gun safely stored in the security shed where I'm on post? I don't have a gun. It's in the security shed. Why is it less safe for me as a veteran to do that, but active duty can do it? I don't get the logic.
I don't understand that. I don't understand in general of like, if you're a veteran, why you can't have your gun with you.
Well, I mean, especially just like in general, even if like you're in the military, if you're on base as a military member yourself, you can't have a gun. I mean it's like, okay, we're gonna trust everybody to have guns on them all day, every single day in a combat zone, but here in the States to defend ourselves, we're not trusted with guns.
Yeah, I especially since like that's a constitutional right.
Yeah,
but like, hey, on the base where that's where we defend you to be able to maintain that right, we can't have that.
It's so wild too, is that
I think
it's easy to get a gun on base. Like, not you're not getting searched. I don't know any single time in the 9 years I was in the Army that I ever had an MP ever ask me to get out and search me for a gun or anything else like that. Now, they will take a look in your vehicle and they'll take a quick little search around. When I was in, like, they wouldn't do that anyways. When I went back to Fort Bragg, like, they would do that. Like, they would ask me put the windows down. They use flashlight, take a quick look inside. Okay, cool, not a problem. But they never search you. I could have a gun in my waistband any single time. It's a risk, Obviously, the idea of getting found to have a gun, trying to bring it on post would be, a bad idea. But I was never searched one single time ever for a gun going on a military post. What about you, Mad?
Machismo
is here for the first time in a long time.
I cannot talk.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute it on the stream link thing. For a gun? No.
Retard.
Sorry, what?
Not for a gun, no.
Yeah.
By the way, I had no idea that this channel existed, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna get on there. Wait, what time does it start? And I went to your channel. I'm like, wait, there's no live. So I had to do some investigation to find this.
Yeah, because you've been gone for so damn long.
Like a vet's investigation.
Oh, yeah, I meant that on purpose too. Right?
Yeah. Hey, look at that. How's it going, man? Long time.
It hasn't been that long. We talked about the JFK thing about a month ago.
Oh, don't.
The JFK thing? What?
You think I'm a skeptical guy?
We went through the paperwork together. You got you.
Oh, the JFK files. That was dude. That was like 2 months ago. Come on.
Oh, 2 months.
Yeah,
dude, I'm all on board. Like that's as skeptical as I am about things. That drives Adam nuts. Like, I am all board. Like, the JFK files, that whole thing was a conspiracy. I totally believe that LBJ and the CIA, coupled with like Secret Service and a little bit of the mob, had JFK killed.
I don't know. That's a lot of people to keep quiet all these years. But I was a non-believer in the conspiracy, whole conspiracy until Adam's like, check out this bullet. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah. The magic bullet that doesn't look like it hit fucking anything was supposedly what went through his head and got lodged into the car.
His head goes back and to the left or back into the right or whatever. I'm like,
by the way, I have been using that line. It was the birth of it. Sometimes you got to plant evidence until you can find evidence.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. Yeah.
And you had a Ford, who became president later, is on record admitting that he manipulated the autopsy records.
This is my fault, Adam. All I did was say, hey, the last time I was on I talked about JFK.
And then the whole conversation is supposed to be about paranormal turns into.
You got me going. This is like my one rabbit hole that I'm totally sucked into.
So paranormal. Have you ever been to White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico?
Oh, I did. I drove through there. I didn't even realize I was drawn to it, but also I saw the sign. Yeah,
it's one of the creepiest places I've ever been to.
Yeah.
We got there on a Sunday, and there was nobody on the base. Like barely anyone, right? And there was dead birds all on the road because they flew over the wrong part of the base, right? And everyone that worked on the installation looked 20 years older than what they war.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. And so we met people while we were down there. We're down there for like a few weeks doing some stuff. And we met a dude who was security, part of the security forces or whatever they would call it. I guess he worked for the Department of the Army as a civilian guard. 85. So he worked where he worked, right? They came and they grabbed him and a few other guys like, hey, you got to come with us. And they went out to an open field and they had to do like a 360, right? A AC repair van drives up. A Black Hawk fucking lands. They hood the AC guy, put him in the Black Hawk, and they leave, right? Like 2 days later, hey, we got to go back out to that field. The Black Hawk comes back, drops the dude off, takes the hood off, and he goes, because wherever they work, an AC went out and they had to get somebody in there to repair it without him seeing shit. Mm-hmm.
That's fucking weird.
Dude. That place is crazy.
We'll have to talk about that sometime. I've never actually done any looking into that. I'd be curious to do some research and find if there's any weird accounts coming from that. I know that. Have you ever heard Dugway Proving Ground?
Yes.
All right, so
is
you
that in Boston?
No, this is in fucking Utah.
Oh, what? Okay.
Dugway Proving Ground is like it's a huge portion of Utah. I mean, it is almost like a huge section of Western Utah is Dugway Proving Ground. And it started off. I heard it was a nuclear range at one point. I think it's completely inaccurate. That's where
White Sands was.
Yeah. But no, Dugway was the primary location for testing of our chemical weapons. This is where all that came from.
Oh.
And Thule. I don't know if it's Tool or Thule, but it's the most adjacent city in between Dugway and Salt Lake City is where our stockpile of chemical weapons is stored. So yeah, that entire area. So there's already, like, going back in history, conspiracies about failures when they're testing weapons. Like all of a sudden, like stocks of fucking or of animals would die out there mysteriously and all kinds of other shit. But then on top of that,
37th parallel too.
Maybe, and there's another thing about that because it's not real close, but Skinwalker Ranch is right in the same vicinity, and there's a lot of talk also. And actually, Skinwalker Ranch is to the east of Salt Lake City. Dugway is to the west of Salt Lake City, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories and people talking about like there being paranormal connections to the Mormon Church, the Church of Latter-day Saints. Again, that's some up there fucking tinfoil hat shit, but it is believed that the reason why the Mormons picked that location is because that somehow they're connected with the fucking alien activity there.
That's not even true.
Well,
no,
it's weird. I said it's out there, but
any weird history of starting and any weird massacres or anything in that area.
But to be fair though, after Joseph Smith died, what was his name? Morris. Hold on. Morris split off, right? And he went to Beaver Island in Michigan and started his own, because he was like, an angel came to me and told me where to find plates. I'm the new guy. It didn't go well for him. He ended up getting shot by his own people after he was crowned king. But Beaver Island, that's a real story that we covered on my channel. Yep. But so yeah, no, they went other places as well. But what's the place in Boston? Because I almost went there after OSUT, right? It's where you get to test. They sell it like, oh man, you'll be testing the latest gear that the Army's coming up with.
I didn't in Boston. I didn't know of anything military being in Boston.
Well, Massachusetts is in Mass, right?
Okay, Mass.
Not in Boston. Yeah. Apparently, like I've talked to some dudes that actually went there. They're like, no. You're so lucky you didn't go because they fuck with you. They will lock you in a room and you can't. There was one dude. He was a security guard there. I think I met him at White Sands too, but he was from anyway. He said like they were told you can't interact with the people behind the doors.
What?
Yeah, when they were doing their patrols, right? They would be walking because they would be doing tests of, gear.
Okay.
And they would have them locked in there, isolated for a long time. It was some weird shit at that place.
Weird.
I have no idea where that would be. So this is a military base?
Yeah. When
in Massachusetts.
When we were getting ready to graduate OSUT from Kentucky, right? They came and they tried to sell us. I think a couple dudes did sign up for it. You have to have like a high PT score, blah, 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 because they don't want you to die. Well, unless they need you to die to test something.
Or were they playing that off of like to play the psych game of trying to get you there? Because when you up the ante on like, oh, you got to be so good to get here. Like
it feels like an honor that you're there being tortured.
Yeah. I immediately thought like maybe that you're talking like the Montauk, like the Montauk area, but that was like New Jersey. You know, when we get the Montauk experiments, the Montauk monster and whatnot. Whole nother thing we can talk about, like the Y-Files does a huge show on that. They actually say that that they believe that they were doing experiments out there for like ways to like chemical weapons, like environmental type weaponry. And before this happened, what I'm going to talk about, that there was already talk of the military possibly using insects as a way to spread, you know, chemical weapons or biological weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right in that same area where they're doing that in the Montauk area, I can't remember the exact name of the laboratory where they're doing it. It's a real place. This is not theory. This is actually a real place. Is where Lyme disease came from. Lyme disease started in this area.
I've heard of this.
So it's believed that Lyme disease was actually being created as a biological weapon that somehow escaped. And that's where it came from. Was out of this place.
Never experienced that before.
No,
Plum Island. Thank you.
Name
Plum
one
Island.
other time where something escaped from a lab and infected a whole bunch of people.
That's never happened before. It's outrageous. Come on.
Yeah, it would never. It's never happened before, and it would never happen again.
Never in like the past few years have we ever experienced anything like that.
No.
Name it happening outside of Asia in the past 20 years.
Yeah. And what's wild is after that we have all these motherfuckers, goddamn, what's his face? You know, little scrawny little motherfucker can't throw a damn baseball. Fauci is out there saying, he was out there saying whoever the next president is needs to be prepared because there will be another pandemic. Like definitively, there will be another one. Not there could be, there might be, and it could be the next 10 years. No, he's saying in the next fucking 4 years, it's gonna happen. Like
yo, that's a threat,
not
bro.
Death penalty
exactly.
Kind of guy. Or I believe in sanctity of life, but there are certain people that rhyme with ouchie that I'm fine with death penalty for.
But so here's what's because he has such a direct connection to all of it. You know what I mean? To the funding and everything like that. So for him to say it, it's not the same as, all right, listen, I've never been a QAnon guy, right? Like, you know me, Adam, I don't fall for these, but Lindsey Graham's a fucking op. That motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he's sitting there like, everyone's like, nobody wants a regime change, no boots on the ground. And he's like, I want boots on the ground. We got to take them out now. Like, what the fuck, Lindsey Graham? He did the same thing with Roe v. Wade, right? When that got overturned by the Supreme Court, everyone's like, no, we're not doing a national ban on abortion. He's like, we need to do a national ban on abortion immediately.
Yeah, nobody trusts that man.
No,
the only reason he still exists in office is because they have open primaries. And it's because the left keeps him in office because he works for so bad for the GOP.
There's no way you're that dumb when it comes to politics and you've been doing this shit for 30 years that you're like, you know what? I'm going to say the opposite of what's happening and the thing that everyone is saying that we're doing. That'll get them.
I don't know if I've ever met anybody that actually likes Lindsey Graham.
I can tell you, John Rich definitely doesn't like him. You seen the video of John Rich talking about Lindsey Graham, his interaction while talking to Trump?
No.
I get the video right here. He's doing an interview with somebody, and he'll break down this situation. He's like having some sort of a dinner or something with Trump and a bunch of these other people, including Lindsey Graham was in there, and they were having a conversation. I'll let John here. John Rich of Big and Rich, big country star.
Wait,
and has been.
Didn't he hang out with that skateboarder on MTV?
What?
He's talking about Big and Rob and Big.
Oh, this is a different guy.
I have no clue what the hell you're talking about.
Greg got me.
I got him, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I know who. You're
but you know Big and Rich, right? You know Big and Rich, right? Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Oh, I know that song. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's one half of Big and Rich
at this time. And he's
Is he the rich or
talking
the
to the
big?
senators and talking about really important stuff. And I'm just minding my own business going, I don't know how I got in this room. It's about an hour into dinner. I hadn't said a word, just been listening. Trump gets to me, and you've seen him do this move right here.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, John Rich? He never calls me John. John Rich. I look at him, I go, yes, sir. Why are people booing me at my rallies when I bring up the vaccine? Okay, I'm going to tell you the answer and you're not going to like it. He goes, okay, what's the answer? We, the American people, do not trust the people that you were forced to trust at the time when this was happening. I said, Mr. President, we consider them to be a bunch of murderous, depopulationist psychopaths. And then Lindsey Graham.
Now, see this at this point. This is obviously what we all know. We all believe. It's just that I mean, it's wild to think that this information has just never got to President Trump, but it's not surprising because he's surrounded by a lot of people who want to kiss his ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So then Lindsey Graham chimes in.
Who's sitting across bus and with it swishing his Chardonnay around and said, Mr. President, if you listen to conspiracy theorists like John Rich, the Democrats are going to take credit for what you did and they're going to beat you in the next election with it. And I looked at him and I said, do not interrupt me when I'm speaking. Do you understand me?
That part right there, I fucking love. Just that alone. John Rich going to Lindsey fucking Graham, Senator Graham, saying, shut the fuck up. All right, love that.
What?
I bet Lindsey Graham cried to his boyfriend afterwards.
Oh,
Alleged
yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Allegedly.
And he looked at me and he goes, well, I didn't mean to disrespect you. I go, yeah, but you did.
Oh.
So.
Talk to the hand.
Right now, you look like Wyatt Earp. It's very intimidating.
Trump is right here. You're Lindsey Graham, okay? I go, I'm holding him.
Okay. Yeah, you're Lindsey Graham.
You're the president. I look at him one more time. I go, now let me finish what I was saying.
Oh, man.
And then I finished it. Trump ended that by saying, so I guess no more vaccine talk. I said, I think that's a good idea.
And the world was saved by Rich.
John Rich.
Yeah, man.
The world was saved then by a country music singer.
That I'm hearing about for the first time.
John is based. He's got his own show on one of Fox News's online things. He's been doing the rounds, a lot of stuff political wise. I know he's been doing Trump rallies and everything else. So pretty amazing that Trump confided in, of all people, to ask John Rich, country music star of Big and Rich, why it is that people keep booing him at these rallies. Trump never knew. He never knew because he thought the vaccine was a good thing. He created it. He thought it was something to hang his hat on and to celebrate and to look forward to help him in the next running of election. That this time it was in between. This one Biden was president. And then he learned right then and there from John Rich that we don't like it. We don't. Yeah.
I mean, does Kid Rock strike you as someone that's going to be honest with Trump? You know what I mean? He's going to be like, yeah. Trump's going to ask like, Kid Rock, what's going on at my rallies? And, Kid Rock's like, ball to bang to bang,
You just keep on doing your thing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm sure that he probably would just go along with it. Like, oh no, it's okay. Everybody
like
loves
a guy
you.
with high integrity or like high, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he'll kiss some ass.
Yeah.
I like him well enough because of most of his stance on things, but it's like one of those things of like, how much does he really hold that stance?
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
like,
yeah. But John there is true to his word, man. He's a straight up dude, and it's awesome that especially it's cool. He's straight up with Trump, but also told Lindsey Graham to shut the fuck up. The big boys are talking. Shut the fuck up, little girl.
By the way, Kid Rock just looks like he embodies what the left thinks conservatives are. He's decked out in all American flags, shooting Bud Light with an automatic, fully automatic machine gun. Like, Yeah.
Does his music video riding on a rocket that's nothing but a flying middle finger?
Yeah. That's like, come look. Okay, we get it. You know what I mean? You're selling too
Yeah.
hard on this.
Yeah.
This,
I-
you know,
on here
protest
saying,
too much.
Yeah, worst part is it was a Yahtzee scientist that was working on talking about Plum Island during war, using ticks to infest food growing places. Okay, so I guess what he's saying there is some of the Yahtzees from Operation Paperclip was actually working on these chemical and biological weapons.
That's
I know
real
Adam's
thing,
not going to get this one, but do you think the scientists ever yelled spoon?
The tick. Yes, I got that.
Oh,
yes, I got that. Spoon. Yeah, I used to watch the cartoon. I used to watch the cartoon, and I watched every episode of both of the live actions as well.
I couldn't get into the live action. I started it, but
I really
I
like.
never went. Should I go back and check it out?
Good. Yes, they're both good.
All right, I'll go back and check it.
Fantastic.
I enjoyed the first one so much that when the second one came up, I'm like, I can't. It's a different actor. Like the first one had the same actor who does the voice of the wheelchair dude in Family Guy.
Yeah.
And then the new one came out, and like it was very different, but you keep watching it and you fall in love with it. It was great as well. Both of those shows could have and should have kept on going. I think the other one was on Amazon, and Amazon.
Yeah, it went like 2 seasons on Amazon. I wish it went longer. It was great. My only gripe is that they did not have Batman well in it or Lady Liberty.
Yeah, they came up with these new characters instead, and that was the same thing. But the first one, Mad, you watch the first one, very low budget, very cheesy. But of course, you look at what the cartoon is, and
amazing.
Yeah. Great. So I mean, just put up with the low budget shit. But then they raised the budget up on the second one, and they brought in different characters, but it was still very fucking good.
By the way, because I'm just I keep getting distracted. What movie is this background from?
That is AI. That is
thank God.
Yeah.
I was like, how could I have missed this movie?
Yeah, I was. That took like 25 fucking attempts. What I really actually wanted, my idea was really actually to have like a UFO, have aliens coming off of it, and having the troops either running away from the UFO,
kind of like Mars Attacks.
Yeah,
like
kind of
like
like
UFO
that.
lands. Yeah.
And I couldn't. The fucking AI would not do it. Every goddamn time I tried, it didn't show any goddamn aliens. It would show troops going up the fucking ramp into the UFO. I'm like, I'm clearly saying run away from the UFO, not go on the fucking UFO.
Yeah,
and if it did have troops running away, for some reason, it was aliens, gray aliens in army uniforms. Like, how are you this dumb?
Yeah.
Like, I kept trying to make it like more clear, and I would say, don't do this and don't do that, and it'd still fucking do it. So
was this Grok?
No, this is a different one.
Like
I can't.
AI.
It's AI imaging something. Yeah, something like that.
Because I've gotten into arguments with Grok for hours. Like, don't tell me that you can't generate images when you do it all the fucking time. I ask for once, and then we just go back and forth. Like, I'll even open up another tab. I'm like, bitch, why in this tab you saying the opposite thing?
The only time I've done images with Grok, it worked out perfect. I did 2 images when Mike Harlow was on with Carrie Smith, and Carrie made a joke that he looks like a gay. Did you watch that show, Greg? Matthew McConaughey. That he looks like Matthew McConaughey. So I took 2 different pictures. I took on when he was in Texas with Carrie Smith. He's wearing a cowboy hat, and she says he looks like a Matthew McConaughey.
That's funny.
So the first thing I did is I went on his Twitter and I pulled up one of his pictures when he was like out in a parade or something like that, and I took that picture, I put it in a Grok, and I said, put Matthew McConaughey's face on this, and it was fucking perfect. It was immaculate. And so I'm like, okay, that's cool, that worked, and I sent that out, and they got a laugh at the end of the show about it. And then I took a screenshot of him right there. And I did the same thing of him when he was wearing the cowboy hat, and it worked. It was fucking perfect. So I don't know what problem you're having, Mad, but it worked perfect for me.
Well, I don't do, me. I don't work well with women. So I guess I know where I stand with Mike. How the hell is he gonna be in Texas and not even reach out to me?
Dude, he pissed me off. I'm like, I didn't even know you were on the fucking road. Fuck, you could have hopped up here to Lake of the Ozarks.
he
was
outgrew
there
us
for
all.
a few days. He was doing pitching a pilot.
Yeah, that fucker was on Tim Pool like yesterday or the day before.
Just yesterday,
That was also
Yeah.
a last minute thing.
Yeah, so we will never see him again on this on a stream.
No, you will, because he is never getting invited back to Tim Pool again.
Oh, what happened? I didn't watch it.
Oh, apparently I haven't watched either, but apparently he made a joke about blowing Canada up, and
Okay,
they really didn't like it.
why?
They were legit
They're not
mad
even
at him.
Canadian.
Because Tim Pool's a bitch.
Well, is he afraid of that YouTube algorithm?
Yeah,
Strike him
and so
shit?
apparently, they're all shitting a brick, and they're all like behind the scenes running around and like mad mugging him, and apparently, yeah.
Well, maybe if they're that
We're not
concerned,
happy
they should
about
have a dump button, like
The
terrestrial
Crowder does?
radio.
Yeah, that's a little. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they could do that, but I had to
It
say
was just a joke
when-
because they're talking about like Star Wars, I guess, previously. Obviously, he would do a better job explaining it, and they were talking about like how they blow the Death Star blows up a planet, and then like they got into Canada, and then he's like, "Well, that's the planet they should have blown up."
Yeah, the one and only time I was on
Oh,
with
no.
the one and only time I was on fucking Drunk 3PO's show. I was on Beardo, and Beardo, we don't got to talk about it, but I know why you're giggling there. Beardo made an inappropriate joke, and for some reason made me think of this. I played this, and Jay immediately got pissed. You're gonna get my channel struck. It's like, you can say cunt, it's okay. And he got mad again. Like, you can't say that. At some point, they might go back and make it a bad word. Okay, dude.
What are they
Yeah,
going to do?
I
Get
just-
rid of Australia?
I
Yeah, have you seen the
Yeah, I
memes?
mean,
where
yeah,
it's
just
like,
fucking all the Brits out there, Brits in Australia, they say cunt all the fucking time. YouTube is never gonna make that a bad word. But yeah, he never
they
had
use
me
it
come
like a
back on
comma
again.
in Australia.
Yeah.
My Australian friends, like I bought them mugs.
If you want, we can get into a
that
fake.
just say cunt on it.
We can get in a fake fight on an X and just tag them.
Yeah.
What's up, Soul Assassins in the house? Says y'all should
Soul.
look up the channel Wartime Stories. Yep. Lots of vids about military encounters with paranormal. Yeah, I think that's one I was talking about where they got the stories from the smoke pit.
I tweeted out the stream for you.
Nice. Appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. I see a few more people over. Yeah, we've only done this show now twice, and the channel is still very low on numbers. So I'm not, this is starting off the exact same way that I started off when we were doing Vets Talkin. Nothing's got viral yet. So
I don't I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but how this channel is already doing better than my new one.
Oh, really? Well, it helps. I do these shows, and I've been promoting it on like my Tom McDonald reaction videos. So when I'm putting a video out there that's got 10,000 views, then I'm happy I get 100 views.
And plus, people like you. I mean, at least enough to let you on once.
Yeah, on once until I drop a C word, and then I'm never allowed on again.
Well, I did earlier today.
To be fair, I don't think he actually is just banning me. I just haven't even talked to him again.
But dude,
he just doesn't talk to me anymore.
Did you see Culture Casino started his 5th channel or some dumb shit?
What?
Yeah, one of our group DMs or whatever. He's like, promoted it, but I'm like, no, I will not. I will not help you grow a channel, your 5th one, before mine ever gets anywhere. I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm not.
How about a little help over here?
Right.
Hey, I got some paranormal videos I want to show here, but the topic of the channel we already went over. But did you ever hear about the OP Rock ghost situation?
Wait, what?
Observation post Rock in Afghanistan when Marines were out for 2 months at this OP and had just insane numbers of ghost encounters and shit happening where they're actually being. Yeah, this is actually a story that got picked up by
Jinn?
Well, so we're not talking about Jinn. We're actually talking about Russians. So there's actually an incident. The incident even. So okay, this is what actually happened there. They found this out after the fact that OP had also been used way back in the 1980s by the Russians. It actually got taken over initially. It was actually the Mujahideen, the Muj.
There you go.
It was the Mujahideen location. The Russians came in, killed all the Mujahideen, buried them there. Then the Taliban came in and killed all the Russians in a very brutal way, and then buried them there. And then the Americans came in, killed Taliban, also buried them there. That place is a graveyard. It is like when these Marines went in there and they realized they had to dig down because the HESCO barriers and everything, their protection wasn't high enough to be able to allow them to walk freely. They had to duck down as they were walking around. So like, okay, we need to dig in here and lower it down. And then they just found bones everywhere. The entire fucking surface of that goddamn place is just covered in skeletons, human remains. And right after they dug that up and started finding the bones, shit started going wild. They were seeing and hearing things all over the place, even to the creepiest one. A dude, think of this, a Marine got so scared one night when he heard someone in Russian speak Russian words, which was later found that in Russian it meant drop your weapon. He was so scared, freaked out, that he went to his sergeant, and his sergeant actually had pity on him and got him out of there. This is a Marine. Think about it. Even in the Army, you're going to say, you're being a bitch, suck it up, get out there and man your post.
Yeah, bitch, that ain't covered by the stress card.
Yeah, right. I got to put my stress card out.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, it's a wild story, man. It got picked up for a show that was on the Sci-Fi Channel called Paranormal Witness, which I got to check out. It's a wild one, man. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there, so you're going to have to look it up.
Weird shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why
what's the stress card thing? Is that a real thing?
No, I swear
I've seen it.
Oh, I hate that. No, have you actually seen one?
So when
here's what he's gonna say. No, I know somebody who saw it. That's all I've ever heard.
I saw it in pieces, and I'll explain why. At Hood, right? One of our sergeants, I think he was like an 86 maybe, was yelling at this medic because he's a piece of shit, so he had to be yelled at, right? And the medic who just got there from Fort Sam, where they do the medic training, whatever, he pulled it out. Sergeant Hayes could not help himself had the biggest grin, like, what is this? Was so excited to fucking smoke the shit out of this bitch. He's like, no, I don't think you know where you're at, my man.
See, this is something, Greg, going back
in front of him.
Good, but I mean, going back the long time, Greg, even before, like, I joined the Army, I went to basic training in 2000, and I was hearing people talk about stress cards in basic training. We did not have stress cards in basic training. I don't know anybody did. It was always for the longest time. I would only always hear stories of somebody who knew somebody who had stress cards or whatever. But okay, so
not only did I see it, but I can also back it up because Fort Sam is a huge problem where a lot of this came from, right? Because even before JBSA, before they did the joint base bullshit, right? They set it up to where there was no drill sergeants because they wanted it to be like a college campus more than actually a military base and training, right? Their reasoning was, well, they're going to be so stressed when they get into combat. We shouldn't just have them in stress now. No, that's the opposite of what.
Yeah, exactly. You train in worse conditions than you actually train for. Dude, our training when we would go to fucking Grafenwehr and shit was way harder than when we were actually in Iraq. I went through some of the worst shit when we did training in Europe that was never anywhere near as bad as what I went through. Now, mind you, of course, I wasn't in terrible situations like in a lot of other guys. Our fall was like kind of back compared to other places, but like being on fire, like someone here might have. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah. But Fort Sam was so bad that because they don't have drill sergeants, whenever they had a problem with some soldier in AIT, they would have to call the MPs or, well, I guess at that time they were still civilian police, but they would have to call them in to handle the soldier in AIT to discipline. Like, yeah,
that's wild to me.
I don't have words.
Yeah, it's like when I went through my first AIT when I was in military intelligence, we were the dumbest of the military intelligence MOS, but we were the only one that was all male. Our drill sergeants actually treated us like we were still in like kind of in basic training. While we had like the Bravos, like the intel analysts and the guys that we would call the peeps or whatever. I think they're like the imagery analysts. They would be like, they were totally fucking laid back. And then our platoon is always like getting smoked. We're always running everywhere. Drill sergeants are always fucking yelling at us. And then they would fucking pick on us like, oh, look at you guys. You have to go through that. It's like, yeah, well, this is what it's like being a real fucking soldier, I guess.
I mean, that's what OSIT is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I went for 19 Delta, it was 19 weeks with the same drill sergeants. There's no break. There's no basic and AIT. It's all there for like 19 or whatever weeks it is. By the way, I was there from July to December because they brought too many people in. We got stuck in reception because they didn't have enough people. We had to wait till the next cycle. There's like 50 of us that had to sit in reception forever.
So
I was there from July to
Army,
December.
Is that like where you learn
tech school.
your yeah? So it's tech school.
Yeah,
like your tech school. Yeah.
Mine was one station unit training.
Yeah, so it's advanced individual training, and it's still always AIT, whatever. It's so it comes after basic training. But yeah, guys like Cav Scout and infantry and some other ones at Fort Sill, where I did my basic training, they would do OSIT for the artillery guys as well. But there's no basic training at Fort Huachuca in the military intelligence headquarters, so we would have to do basic training somewhere else, like I did at Fort Sill, and then you go to new drill sergeants, new instructors, and everything.
Nice.
Okay, so we do all ours at Lackland for basic, and then we go to our tech schools. Like I went to Keesler.
Your basic training
Lackland
is only
sucks.
at all Air Force is always in the same location.
Yep.
Wow. How much smaller is the Air Force compared to the Army? Because we have a bunch of different locations for basic training.
Bro, Lackland is it's not even big.
It's not that big.
That's wild to me. I wonder, I got to look that up sometime, because obviously we know, like, even the Marine Corps has 2 different locations for boot camp. But Air Force is small enough that you only have to have one single location for basic training. That's crazy.
No, so I think I'm the only one from the 210. San Antonio.
Is everyone here?
Our tech school is basically like boot camp, and you'd have to be there for so long, and then you would slowly get privileges.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
where the difference comes in.
Well, I mean, no, like I was actually just talking to my Marine buddy here the other day that, in basic training for us, you had red, white, and blue phase, and you would gain more privileges. And it wasn't until you're in AIT, we would have, I think it was first black phase and then gold phase. And then when you get to gold phase, then you can have like off base privileges. You can go off on the weekends and shit.
No,
you didn't get that?
Gold. No, all we got to do was we, with a battle buddy, would get to go to the PX if we had the time. Like, that was it. Yeah.
You weren't allowed to go off base?
No, what the fuck? No. Why did not we? No.
You know what? Okay. No, you know what? I'm going to
lead base.
I'm correcting myself. I never even thought back on this. That was after I graduated. That's what it was. Is after I graduated, and there's 4 of us who were on holdover for an airborne slot. We were stuck there for like 3 extra weeks after we graduated. And graduated from AIT, and that was when we were given off base privileges. But but when we were still in AIT though, we did have we were allowed to had access to the rest of the base. Like we went to the bowling alley and shit.
No,
yeah, we weren't on lockdown like you guys. Yeah, no.
They had at Gold. They had a special PX just for us.
Yeah.
So we had that. Like for the first like month. Yeah, we had our own little PX.
This was week 19. We didn't see it. By the way, we would go from gold to red or whatever the fucking first color is. I mean, instantly. We were never gold for more than a week at most.
Well, red, white, and blue. So red is the first one, and then blue phase.
Yeah, so we would go from gold to red all the time.
Gold to red?
We're an OSIT. It's not basic in AIT. So if we fuck up.
But remember, it's red, white, blue, black, gold. That's the stuff.
Right. And if we fucked up, or if they thought we fucked up,
you went back
from gold to red.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
We had a thing called 314s, if I remember right. And they're little pieces of paper that if you got in trouble, they would say, "Give me your 314." And it had your name and rank and unit and everything on it. And that would find its way back to your unit. And so when you got back, if you had a 314 pulled, then you would basically pull like a guard duty for 8
I'm
hours.
sorry. Did the Air Force work on the honor system? You had to turn in your own.
No, they would take it.
Oh, okay.
The person would take it from you, and they would turn it in.
Oh, all right. I was about to say, man, motherfucker, I'm not turning that shit in.
Oh yeah, fuck that. But I mean, sometimes like you get the person that would like give me a 314, and they would never turn it in, but they'd like hold it over you all day. So
of course.
Tricks.
Yeah,
but yeah, like because I don't remember, like I probably said something stupid, and I got to pull like a like 3 shifts in a row, and so like I was on like 24-hour guard duty on the Marine side.
Let me tell you what happened to me one time real quick. I know this is one of the basic stories or whatever. It was like week 17. We just got done with a 25K, which if you know anything about about that, it was actually a 30K because they got lost, even though it's the same fucking route. They do every goddamn cycle, but they still get lost. Anyways, so we just got done. We're in line at Chow, right? It's been forever. And my battle buddy, his upper lip was so thin that he could not close his mouth. So I'm behind him in line.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Like I was fucking with him like, man, your teeth must be cold as fuck because he can't close his mouth. Anyway, so I'm behind him in line. And some drill sergeant, it wasn't even ours, it was like from a different platoon, sees him, assumes that I told him a joke, and now he is laughing. And I'm like, what? Drill sergeant? He doesn't have a fucking lip.
He doesn't have a lip.
So I had to go to my drill sergeant who found this great loophole where if you can have a soldier drop and do 100 push-ups, but that's it. Now, if you have them stand up and do a half face, they can drop and do another 100, and you can keep doing that in the circle because it resets it or whatever. I'm like, that was never right. I got to like 80 and I just collapsed because we just got done with the 30K. And I'm just laying on the ground. I'm like, sorry, you know he doesn't have a lip. You know he doesn't have a lip.
That's wild that you're telling that story. I saw when I was doing some searching for some videos, I saw a short of a dude who got his face way more fucked up than you did. Like his lower lip like hung out, and then everything up here was fucking gone. Like his nose was gone. It was, it looked like a skeleton, and he had no upper lip. And the video was titled like "How Do You Drink" or something like that. I'm like, oh, it was like I couldn't click on it. It was so bad
because it's in his butt.
What? What do you mean it's in his butt?
Yeah, man, that's how he has to drink now.
In his butt.
Yeah, like when you soak tampons in vodka.
Oh yeah, you absorb it. You absorb it faster.
Yeah.
Hey, also real quick, Greggy here earlier found evidence for us. Do you believe in Bigfoot there, Matt?
Fuck no.
Oh no, well you're
Greg,
wrong.
Okay.
I found
the evidence.
Irrefutable proof. You cannot deny this shit. Video,
are you ready?
Not video, but picture evidence.
Is it the suburban
Sasquatch? Are you ready for this, Matt? Are you ready?
Yeah,
for
I'm
this?
ready.
How can you dispute that? That is clearly.
You see?
Oh
that?
my God, he's fucking the tree.
Required?
That is clearly Bigfoot's glory hole right there.
Nothing has.
We found him, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean,
we found Bigfoot's glory hole.
You believe now, don't you?
Yeah, I've been hair pilled. I don't know what you would call it for believing in Bigfoot now.
Also, I'll show this real quick. This isn't a joke. This is actually one of the pictures of there at OP Rock when they were digging up and they found all the fucking skeletal remains down under the ground there. I mean, bro, how can you imagine, Mad, having like this is like within the first couple of days you're digging down and they already were like seeing weird shit like there.
Oh,
like,
I just saw it, dude.
You see the
I was on a
skeletons
different
now?
tab. I see it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Like that is just part of the whole place is covered in human skeletal remains, dude.
Yeah.
And they were already seeing like weird shit. Like in the middle of the night, they'd be out there doing watch. And this is in Afghanistan in the Helmand province.
Ugh.
And they would already be seeing like flashes like that. It looks like muzzle flashes like off in the distance, but they don't hear any gunfire. And then radios would start making weird noises out of nowhere, and they'll check with HQ, like, "Hey, you guys trying to send anything?" Like, "No, we don't have anything being sent. We don't hear anything." And then they dig this up and they find this, and shit just gets wild after that, to the point where the entire fucking platoon or squad, it's like a squad of like 8 to 10 men or something like that, and they like the whole squad was just fucking like lost their damn minds.
Yeah, no shut up. Like, hey man, it was only 2 towers, okay? I let them have it. They win. Well, I'm going home. I don't think they did the Pentagon. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Real quick, speaking of Bigfoot, I have seen this movie so many times, and I've shown people. It's only a minute clip, and you won't get claimed for it. I've watched it on my channel so many times. All right. This is the cinematic classic, Soul will remember it, called Suburban Sasquatch. You're welcome.
Oh, I know this.
Do you?
It's so bad.
It's so phenomenal. It's so good.
I have not seen or heard of this.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself.
I'm prepared to see Bigfoot come out and say, "You got some pretty lips there, boy."
Christopher Nolan ain't got shit on this guy.
Yeah, well, if there weren't no highway, we wouldn't be fishing here, now would we? Fear me.
That's litter, and litter's bad, okay?
Here it comes. Boom, boom. Look familiar?
Oh, that's big. That's Bigfoot. He just got done fucking that stump.
Look at those Bigfoot titties.
Oh, that's absolutely Bigfoot.
Damn it! Next time you stay downwind from me.
This is a documentary right here. This is real footage.
Basically, yeah.
Wet, spoiled meat or something.
Great. Now you insulted him. He's gonna be so pissed.
Hey, don't bother. It's probably just a grouse or something.
Yeah, don't bother.
Hey, stop farting around.
Is that really the sound of?
Yes.
Oh, he's getting purple nipple.
Dave!
What the fuck?
Dave!
Dave!
Dave! Dave! Quit farting around.
I love that they VR'd the O. And he's dead. You're welcome. That movie's phenomenal.
That's classic.
I think I've watched it twice on my channel with people because
The whole movie is like
it's
this.
fun. It's so good, dude. So much of it is filmed at day, but they have to put the night filter on it, so it has that blue weird tint to it.
At what point in the movie does this happen?
That's the end credits.
That's the end credits.
Based on those titties, I don't know what if that's a he.
Yeah.
So real quick, I had an idea for the channel though. Like you should talk about the best sci-fi military movies, right? Like you have like do a rank. Like you have, Starship Troopers is going to be up there, but Battle for Los Angeles wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. I actually did, and even Battleship I thought was actually fun.
Enjoyed it a lot. Watched it a few weeks ago, actually.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Taylor Kitsch. I think he's awesome.
What's what? Actually, our topic of the show last week was actually the real Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh, nice. That's a good story. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, also, that would be on the Vets Talkin channel. But this is
my first the first stream I started on YouTube. My buddy Barbara and we started. It was called Tafa True UFO Anomalies. Other things. I forgot what all the A's were, but it was Tafa. I forgot why I had all the A's.
Well, when we first did the first episode of Danger Close Encounters, I was telling Greg I wanted to coin a new term, military involved paranormal activity, otherwise known as MIPA.
MIPA.
MIPA. I mean, it makes sense, right? Military, so paranormal activities on military involved paranormal activities.
I mean,
right?
we still use dumb.
Deep underground military bases.
Yep.
Yeah. And then in the Marvel universe, you have fart.
What?
Wait, what was that? It was first introduced in the Civil War movie. No, Tony Stark, because it was his the glasses that he has that can create the optical illusion of his memories. and it's something like
Is it
art.
fully
Oh, right. Yeah, it was in the
reality technology or something like that.
Yeah,
it was in Civil War, right? Yeah. He had the glasses and it was young weird.
Or maybe it was no, it was Barf. It was Barf. Barf.
That's right, Barf. Yeah.
It was Barf. That's what it was. I like Soul Assassin. I like this idea of Vetspiracies.
Dude, so mad.
Yeah, we could do
a long time.
Yeah, we could maybe we could do a show. I've been doing a show that's now this show on Wednesday over on Vets Talkin. I was calling it Wild Wednesday. It'd be like the thumbnail, be a picture of me in gear with a fucking tinfoil hat cropped on. I'd be down to just talk about conspiracy theories over there now instead of paranormal.
Bro, no
stuff.
joke. Check it out.
What you got?
My avatar.
Oh, there you go. Hell
this
yeah.
was back in my Tafa days.
Yeah. I've been saying for the longest time, I've got to get I've got to make a fucking actual tinfoil hat that whenever I get into talking to crazy shit, I'll just put that on real quick. Like, okay, guys, it's tinfoil hat time.
Dude, I got to tell you this. So Barbara and I, right? We were trying out new ideas. I've had so many great ideas for shows in theory, but they always fail. Anyway, one was it was an improv thing where we were gonna bring on different YouTubers, right, and interview them as if they were abducted by a UFO, and so now they're telling us the story. We were gonna have a dude come on who was a chupacabra expert, right, and just have like a fun little improv like interview or whatever. So, but we've recorded it, right? Just make sure if anything was said, if we need to take it out, we could. We were doing it with this guy. He's still around, but it's been a long time since I've seen him on anything. Anyway, and he's doing it. He's like, I was abducted. My son was abducted or whatever. And then his wife gets home and starts screaming at him about the garage door being open. So at first he starts trying to play it off because again, we're doing improv, we're recording, and he's like, oh, that's not. And she's like, fuck you. It was so uncomfortable. We never released it. It killed the entire idea for the show. It was it was so bad.
Oh, that's rough.
I was like, thank God we recorded and
shit out of that.
We didn't go live.
I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I love you, but this shit is gold and it's getting released.
This is going up on everything.
I couldn't do that, dude.
Let me since I want to try to stay under like 2 hours so I can get some replays on this thing. But before we go, but I do have one more video I want to show another, since the theme today is ghost stuff, and the main thing I want to do here is try to focus on like ghost stuff that has military involvement. So MIPA. But like along the bottom here, if we want to get any super chats in here, anybody who's new, any single super chat, we'll just
super chats. Can you?
Well, over here I do have linked at the very top is our Stream Elements donation site. You can click on that, or it's in the video description below. You can click on that. I do have Stream Elements pulled up, and we will bring that up if anybody wants to drop a donation. But we're also over on Rumble as well, on Vets Talkin over there. Anybody who's watching on Rumble, you can drop a Rumble rant, $20 over there, and we'll do some shots. But before that, I want to play this. So this is a video. This dude was recording a video, I think, for his family out in Iraq. And I'll just let it play and let you guys see what happens here. And then we'll talk about it afterwards, because we can have a little skepticism on here, but it's fun.
Oh, I thought there was a dude without pants behind him.
Just kind of giving a shout out back home, letting everybody know I love them. I miss them. Mom, Will, I really wish I could be home with y'all. I really, really, really miss home. I hate being here. Trish, I love you. I wish I could be home with you too. I know we.
That scared the shit out of me the first time, and still gave me the chills right there.
No, it didn't get me, dude. Because as soon as I saw that thing fall, I was like, no, bullshit.
Just let it play through. Yeah, we'll take on it again. Just have fun. Let's put
I'm full
pen
screening.
first. That's real.
Oh, that's a neat little trick.
I don't remember if there's anything else.
I mean, that was pretty fucking big what just happened.
So it just goes back, and just kind of plays everything slow-mo. Again, fun to watch.
So
but
is he in Europe?
This is in Iraq.
Oh, is it in Iraq? Okay, I just saw the plug over there look fucking European. Which
Well,
would
I
make
mean,
sense.
I don't fucking know. But again, so the fucking, this blanket moves all of a sudden out of nowhere behind him. And then all of a sudden the fucking door over here. So, see the blanket moves. Okay. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's when this fucking door slams open. But everything happens.
I would have to go back and look
right
to see if there's a cut, if there's a transition right with the door, because like the thing that fell behind him or whatever or moved, it could have been propped up. See,
here's the thing,
or somebody pulling it underneath the bed, and they pulled the door from underneath the bed as well.
Oh no, you know what though? Actually, I was really like 100% sure that really what we're looking at here is somebody's under the bed. But actually, hold on, let me. What? Look at the door though. The bottom of the door is actually, you can see the bottom of the door there.
Yeah, it's just fishing line.
Yeah, fishing line. Yeah, you won't be able to see that.
Rip the fishing line.
I wouldn't even think they'd be that advanced with this
because
kind of
it's just
prank.
that being pulled with force, or the fishing line opens the other one.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. And then when the door closes again, it's only this right door. So like this, there could be somebody on the door. However, yeah. Okay, so the arm of the chair is covering up the bottom of the door there.
Yeah, conveniently.
Conveniently, and then that door shuts. I mean, yeah, it's somebody's under the bed.
Well, that and it's that, or it's two different clips because he leaves the frame.
Yeah, well, that's what I was looking for was a transition.
And then you just film him like
a cut,
the frame in front.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fake.
By the way,
no
why
matter
does
what.
he not have sheets on that bed or anything on the mattress?
It's fucking Iraq. It doesn't fucking matter.
But it's 2010 though. Obviously, he's living pretty good. He has internet and he has 4 walls around him.
I don't know. All I know is it was a fun video. You know,
They still had to wear ACUs in 2010.
Oh, that's actually a good point. No.
Wait, yeah, go back. I didn't even look at his.
Yeah, those are pretty sure that's the digital pattern ACUs there.
Yeah.
Well, they. Yeah.
Oh wait, they would have, because
that's the right time frame.
Yeah, we got
They
the
got rid of
ACUs
the
in
PDUs in 2008.
Oh,
we had but we got our ACUs in 05. We started getting them issued in 05, and then they went on for
how long did they go on? Is what I was
PDUs
saying.
in like 08.
They went on for about 10 years.
I got my ACUs in like 09. 08. Oh wait, no, 07. Sorry, 07.
Well, that pillow looks gay as shit. Like that's a chick pillow. You know what I mean? That doesn't look like a pillow you sleep on. That looks like a pillow a chick puts on a bed to confuse people.
No, the video is fake. No matter what, I don't believe that's a ghost at all.
Pillow, it's not a chick.
Yeah.
If it's 17 pillows, then it's a chick.
Right. Yeah.
So you know they can't just have one pillow.
True.
By the way, I love it comes at Mike. I was like, oh, that's clever.
Have you not seen my Twitter page?
No.
It's Fright Mike. It's
okay,
just
good.
me scaring Mike Harlow. That's it.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. No wonder you were so quick to defend him.
Yeah, he's Mike's roommate.
No, Mike's awesome. I was just fucking around.
Yeah, Mike literally lives in that fucking house.
Oh no, talk as much trash as you want about Mike.
100%.
Dude,
give him so much shit.
Mike and I were going back and forth on DMs when you had that that fucking porn chick on.
Oh yeah, Scarlett Hampton.
Yeah, she was saying the most dumb like.
Yeah, he was telling me, and he's like, "You should join." I'm like, "Fuck that shit, no."
All right, hey, before we wrap up, let's go ahead and do one more shot there, Greggy. I got my shot poured. Just for the fuck of it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Well, it's still close enough to the 250th, so happy Army birthday.
Yeah. Let's celebrate for the rest of the week.
Also, Father's Day just happened, so as an Air Force veteran, happy Father's Day to the Army.
What the fuck?
Because the
because the Air Force. Yeah, the Air Force came from our balls.
Yeah.
This is accurate.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. All right. Obviously I reacted aggressively because I figured it was an insult.
I get it. Like, you don't understand. It sounds fucked up. I get it.
Yeah, no, the Air Force was birthed from the Army, from our balls. So yeah, big celebration. Happy birthday to you, my Army brother, and happy 250th of our amazing U.S. Army. Cheers. All right. Matt, by the way, if you haven't tried this before, Bird Dog Black Espresso flavored whiskey. This sucks. Shit.
What the fuck?
Good.
That's a lot of names to be in for a whiskey. What was it again?
Words for an Army vet.
Espresso. It's espresso flavored whiskey.
Oh no!
Hey,
good.
Hey, you shut your whore mouth until you've tried it.
that is some hipster ass fucking whiskey, bro.
Oh, it's so
it's
good.
Espresso. Oh, I gotta get ready to drink bourbon with because I'm going to Dallas for a few days next month. Hang out with Brahmable.
Oh yeah,
and, yeah. And be hanging out with Quarter Black and Alex. What's his name? Big booty Latina.
Oh, Alex Stein.
Yeah. We're gonna have a sleepover.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Well,
Alex hasn't
1792 is a
committed
very
to it
good
yet, but
bourbon for very little money.
Is that like some sort of an event going on?
What? No, that's just no. I'm going to hang out with Brahma because Brahma is my boy, and his parents live in Dallas, right on the Brahma estate. So they let me stay in the slave quarters. I mean, the guest house. It's fucking nice, bro.
Well, okay. So I mean, where does Quarter Black and Alex Stein come into the configuration?
They're in Dallas as well. So yeah.
Where's the connection? Who knows them?
I know Quarter Black. Brahma knows Alex very well, and Quarter Black.
Well,
yeah, I've known Quarter Black for years.
Because they Dallas. That's where they have Blaze the studios there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna go to the studio too for the Strange World or whatever it's called. I'm not sure.
Normal World.
That's the one.
You don't even know the name of the show.
Nope.
Fuck you.
I'm going as a friend, not as a fan. Alex Stein's pretty cool,
as a friend, not a fan.
Yeah.
I've heard that studio there is amazing. Like,
oh yeah, because you got Glenn Beck basically turned into a fucking museum because Glenn Beck is like a big collector of all kinds of amazing historical shit. So he's got historical stuff all over that fucking studio.
Oh yeah, we're gonna Brahma's dad is putting this giant golf simulator thing in the garage. And so we're gonna be drinking and fucking playing golf simulation and probably do some streams or some shit.
Do me a favor and remind Quarter Black to check the DMs that I send him because I get it, you know, he gets DMs all the damn time, but at the fucking meetup he said yes, I promise I'll check him, and he still isn't.
Bro, let me tell you something. It took 2 years before he finally saw my friend request on Steam.
Yeah, he's super popular.
Everyone,
I know. Believe me, I completely understand. But you know, he said, "Yeah, I promise I'll check." Because we've actually talked. I've talked to Gary live on here last time he was on. He wants to do ghost hunting, and same thing. So when I saw Quarterback in Florida, I said, "Hey, yeah, you know, Gary's down. If you want to do it sometime, I'm actually thinking I'll just go down to fucking Texas and if you want to find a spot down there.
Yeah, if you come in here, I'll catch a ride with Gary.
Yeah, let's fucking dude. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're down there too, so let's make this happen.
I'm like within 5 miles of Gary. Well, maybe a little more. But yeah, he's close.
Yeah, I don't talk directly with Gary, but I talk with Mel, his wife, through Instagram. That's how we set up the guesting, the guest and everything.
Everybody has to talk. Everyone talks to her.
Yeah, I know. It's but let's fucking make that happen.
Sure, man. I'm going game. If we could do it in fall, spring, just for the heat.
Yeah, believe me. Yeah, that's that'd be my fucking choice. Also, I don't want to be down in Texas in the fucking summertime.
Fuck no, bro. I thought
Donkey Lady Bridge. What?
Oh no, fuck that, bro. Oh no, man. What am I doing? Why am I agreeing to this? I don't like this. I don't do scary shit. I know you sir. I embrace my whiteness. You know what? I'll save that for next time. I don't do shit with white people killed.
Well, you tell fucking Garrett about that, and let's get everyone to fucking twist your arm to fucking go do it.
I'll make a note.
All right. Well, let's fucking wrap this shit up, guys. I know Greg down there doesn't do much shit except for try to scare Mikey and put it on at It Comes at Mike. Do you got anything else going on there, Greg?
No, that's basically it. I still don't care much for the social media anymore since I stopped my podcast. But
fair enough.
I'm here giving you love.
I appreciate the fuck out of it. At Mad Cheesemo, been a while since it was the first time here on Vets Investigating Paranormal. Yeah, welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be doing this every single week. Wednesdays, Danger Close Encounters here on the channel. What do you got going on?
Well, I started a new channel. It's called Mad's New Channel. And my creativity has limits. Okay?
It's very original, sir.
Thank you. Well, there's nobody else that's like that started a new channel for Mad. But anyway, Mad's New Channel. Every Tuesday we do Madapap, which is like Madfap, which was stolen by EFAP. Whether or not they know it, I don't know. But we break down different stories from history, have a lot of fun, there's a lot of jokes. It's something great to listen to in the background while you're playing, video games or whatever. You'll laugh, you'll learn shit. We've talked about Beaver Island with that. Last night we talked about Two Guns, John Davis from the LAPD and how crazy LAPD was in the 1920s. You want to talk about some corrupt shit. It was a good story. We've talked about a chick that had to jerk off a dolphin for science. We've talked about, Fenians losing part of America to Canada when they try to invade it. Fucking Irish. And great stories, man. Had the real Crocodile Dundee, the hippo bill where we were trying to bring hippos over here and domesticate them to eat them.
What the fuck?
That was a real thing happened too. Yeah.
Domesticate hippos so we can eat them. Well, we got.
Yeah.
Don't they have a fucking crisis going on down where?
Yeah, in Colombia. Because
in Colombia because Pablo Escobar brought a couple and they fuck like crazy and they're all over the place.
Yeah, so after the Second Boer War, right? Their head scout, the Black Panther, he came over because he was in a robbery with
Chadwick Boseman?
No, he's a white guy actually. This is a Boer War. Anyway, he fought for the Boer.
Okay.
But yeah, so he testified. He was like, "Oh yeah, but the reason why the Boer soldier was because we ate hippo. You can bottle feed them and you can walk them on a leash."
What?
Yeah, he just wanted to be famous.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
okay, well that's wild.
Of all the bullshit comments there are,
every Tuesday 9:15 p.m. Central, we have a great time, dude. It's a lot of fun. Make sure
it's a Maducation channel. There you go. All right, everybody check out. We got at Matt's new channel. It's right there. I dropped it in the YouTube side over here and over on Rumble as well. Anybody's watching over on Twitter, do that, all that cool stuff. Thanks for being here, Matt.
No problem. I had a lot of fun. And by the way, I did add to my calendar, ask Garrett about Ghost, and I put it on the 10th because I'll be there then.
What? No, just in general, fucking have him check.
He doesn't respond to my shit either.
I'm gonna DM.
I'm gonna have to do it in person where you can't run.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you're gonna,
I put it on the calendar.
Say, hey, you said you'd check Vets Talkin fucking DMs.
Yeah, I set a reminder on the calendar during the time I will be there with him.
Okay,
so that I'll look at my phone and be like, oh, what's this alert for? Oh, I'm supposed to ask Garrett something.
Awesome. I appreciate that, bro.
No problem.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, thank you very much. Greg and Matt being here. Don't forget also over on the Vets Talkin side tomorrow, every single Thursday at 8 Eastern, Knife Hands. We talk all things fun and shit that gets us good and mad, like Mad Cheesemo. Guys, every single Wednesday over here on Vets Investigating Paranormal. Double tap that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do all that fun stuff. We'll be doing Danger Close Encounters, and we got more videos coming up. We've got the ghost hunt that we did in Florida is going to be coming up. I still got 3 other fucking ghost hunt videos I got to edit. So, like I said, had that bell rung so you get notifications for all that. And you can share this video out there with everybody because you don't got to be vet to be here. Just don't get butt hurt. You've been warned.
Open those eyes!
Oh, God!